Hey y'all, what's going on? What's happening? What's happening? Did y'all watch this show? Did y'all really watch this? Because I enjoyed this foolishness. I did, especially at the end. Now, the rest of it, pretty much a filler episode, but don't worry, we're going to talk about it. We're going to get into it. I promise you that. But before we do, y'all, please, if you don't mind, if you will, hit the like button. Please and thank you. Hit the like button as you come in the door. I'd sure appreciate it if you would. Okay? Because it helps me out. All right? It helps your girl out. So hit that like button as you come in the door. So happy to see everybody. We got us a birthday in the house. We got who is it? C Mays we got? It's C Mays. It's C Mays. So y'all listen, y'all know what we do. Make sure, please, that we do our version of pinning that good dollar on the shirt. And let's show our sister some love. C Mays, happy birthday to you, gorgeous. Let me greet everybody. And then let's get into this nonsense that we are now calling RHOA. I don't know, y'all. Marlo didn't get on my nerves this episode. She didn't. It was Kandi this time. So let's see what's going on. Let me holler at everybody. G, darling, how you doing? You was the first one in the room. I seen you when you popped in. Queen Mermaid, how you doing, girl? Good to see you. There's my kid, Coco Pop. All right, all right. U.S. Army Brett in the house. Good to see you learning to love myself. Hey, sis. Leslie, how you doing, girl? I'm happy to see you. So happy to see you. All is well on this end. Yesterday was real rough. It was real rough. I had stomach trouble, but your girl is back. Hey, Miss Sparkle, y'all. This is our resident Mary Kay lady. What's up, girl? King St. Car, my favorite nephew. Delicia. Hello, lovely. Hello. Who else we got up in here? Deborah. There go my girl. Hey, Deborah Randall. Child, we finna talk about these people. You know we finna talk about them. Bianca, hello, beautiful. How you doing? Cheryl, you made it. You made it, girl. Sliding on in. Kim Bird is in the house. Hey, girl. Plum is up in here. It's hot in Long Beach. I believe you, too. I believe it because it's hot as hell over here in Texas, and that's a fact. As my daughter like to say, that's a Fendi. Hey, Miss Kaiser, so say, how you doing? D. Marie, how you doing, baby sister? Annie Gant, hey, boo. She said, sending blessings, love and blessings from South Carolina. South Cat in the house. Silver Diamond, hello, gorgeous. How are you? We got Cool Gamer in the house. Keisha Harris is up in the house. All right, we got our, my good sis that I love so dearly, Marilyn McGowan. Hey, boo. Chocolate Sunshine. Hello, gorgeous. The beautiful and stunning Niecy Rose is here. Hey, doll. How you doing? There go DS. Oh, shoot, everybody up in here. Uh-oh, Nadia. How you doing, Nadia? Uh-oh. Renee 12. Hello, beautiful lady. How are you? There's Mommy's Peanut. Where's Mommy's Peanut? There she go. Happy birthday to C. Mays. All right. Nacho Twins mama up in here. Okay. Hey, Rochelle. Y'all know I hate to feel like I missed anybody. Y'all know I hate it. Even if they talk about me for greeting everybody, I'm going to do it. I don't care. Hey, LJ. See, Mays, happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Hey, Miss Knox. All right. So listen, anybody else that comes in, oh, there go Deandra O'Neill. Hey, D. What's up, girl? Anybody else that comes in, y'all please greet them if I miss them. It's the beautiful Chanel D Queen in the house. Hey, girl. So listen, anybody else that comes in, y'all, if I miss them, don't y'all miss them. Let's greet everybody. Let's make sure that everybody feels welcome because it's important on this porch. Everybody's welcome. I don't care if you agree, disagree with what's being said. You know, when I put the link out, jump on there and tell us what you agree or disagree with. We want to hear from you. Hey, it's Tish. That's right, y'all. Please hit that like button. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. So listen. Child. What did we just watch? Baby, they gave us so much filler in this episode. I thought I was looking at a sofa cushion. That is until that final situation at that dinner table. But we gonna have to, we got to dig through the fluff because they gave it to us. So we gonna be good girls and we gonna dig through the fluff so we can get to the meat of the matter. Hey, Latasha Black. So listen, this is what had happened, right? What I got from it, because some of this stuff I'm not even gonna hit on. Please don't y'all be mad at me, but some of this stuff it ain't worth talking about. Like that whole situation with Sheree talking to whoever she was talking to on the phone, that was a non-conversation. Sonya talking to her sister, who's a lot prettier than her, by the way. That was a non-conversation. It was a couple things I want to really dig into though, because it definitely, in my opinion, qualified as a filler episode, which I'm sure most of y'all can agree. There was a few little pieces of meat in there. It was a few little pieces of meat. So let's dig in, right? So they start over there with Kenya and Brooklyn showing up to the Boomerang, looking to meet up with Blaze and Kandi. And that was cute to see the children play together. But let me say this. Okay. What was with Kandi with this long soliloquy or monologue? Because she was definitely on one talking about, oh, I was the one cheering for Kandi and praying for Kandi when you started praying. But I'm gonna leave that alone. Ain't my business. I'm not the prayer police. And now our girls is playing together. And now look at her, look at Brooklyn playing big six to Blaze and all this blah blah blah. Well, y'all, what struck me with that was if y'all supposed to have been so close, why was them playing together right now such a big deal? Shouldn't they have been playing together all the time? Ain't y'all been playing and pretending in our face like y'all was such good Judies? Or is it like what Nene said that y'all was only play friends where y'all can make an alliance to go after her? See, I always remember what people say when they come back and now you saying something different. Or what you're saying don't exactly match up with what you were saying or pretending or portraying prior to this. You know what I'm saying? Something about that didn't sit right with me. You basically, in my opinion, Kandi, with this long soliloquy, let us know that you and this girl really ain't that tight. Y'all really ain't that tight. That's why them being at this little Boomerang place, which just looked like a large kids playhouse, like the indoor play places where they got the ball pits and the slides and everything is kid proof. It was real cute, but I felt like that was only so monumental because y'all them children ain't been playing together. Right, LOL and ain't at all. That's what I was getting at. I'm like, okay, so see, sometimes when people get to talking, if you wait long enough and just let a person think that they done got over with something and let them keep talking, they'll tell on themselves. So I definitely caught that Kandi kind of told on herself. Kenya was smart enough not to say nothing, but Kandi had to keep talking. She just had to keep talking. Queen Mermaid said legs and hips and body all say it's not adding up. Yeah, it's not adding up. It's not adding up. But then once again, Miss Nene tried to tell everybody, and everybody wanted to believe Nene was a lie just because they don't like Nene. But sometimes, whether you like a person or not, it just come out better to listen to common sense. Just like she tried to warn Sheree about Lyrone, and instead of Sheree listening, she was like, "Oh, you jealous of what? Okay. Hey, Lala. King St. Carl said, I doubt Brooklyn really even know who Blaze is. Hashtag big sister. Right, because them trying to look like they wasn't really trying to play together like that. Brooklyn was looking like, okay, you want me to go do what and go where with who? Mm-hmm. But I peeped that. I totally peeped that. Now, one other thing that I did see that definitely sweetened me up a little bit was I did like, and y'all probably gonna pick at me, but I felt like it warmed my heart to see that Kenya's teaching her baby good manners. I know that seems small, but I'm a mama. I'm old school. That thing really warmed my heart. She taught that baby some good manners because she was like, "How you supposed to ask for the popcorn?" And little mama was just as cute. She said, "May I please have some pop?" I say, "Oh, look at her." Even say they feel like once they got the agenda done, they can let the farce go. Kandi anyway, right? And from the looks of things later on in this episode, Kenya too. Yeah, Lyrone. That's who he is now. That's his government name. Say the kids, yeah, them kids did not know each other, Nisi. Y'all put a one in the chat if y'all think them children them ever played together before. Or put a two in the chat if you think this was their first time officially meeting. In I can't say 3 years because Blaze ain't three, but in the whole time they've been around, I think this is the first time. So put a one in the chat if you think they done played together before. Put a two in the chat if you think this was their first time playing. Yeah, Brooklyn say who that? Brooklyn did her like Sonya. Who that? Yeah, they tell on themselves. Just give them a minute. They ain't gonna let you down, baby. They ain't gonna let you down. Hey, Obi, say did y'all also peep Brooklyn is more bougie than Blaze? Oh yeah, definitely. I want. You know what? Let me take that back. I don't think it's bougie. I think that her mama is just raising her in a more structured environment as far as like rules and things that's expected of her. I think Kenya's doing an excellent job as a mother. I got to give her that. I might not like that Ashley foot heifer, but she's doing a wonderful job as a mama. Hey, Vet. Nisa say absolutely. She said, "May I please?" I love that. Oh, I'm telling you, it just tickled my whole heart. My entire heart was tickled and warmed. It just was too much for me. Lord, even say, look at the mamas, Obi. Big difference. Hey, Morgan's Musings. Oh, I see some twos in the chat. Uh-oh. So I'm not the only one that think this was the first time them children ever played together. Okay. Okay, I see it. I see it. Because that's what was coming up clear to me. It was like these children ain't never played together before. This is the first time. Even say, well, Kandi kind of said that this is the first time, LOL, in other words. Right. Hey, Auntie Eva. You say I'm divided because with kids, you can't you mean you can't really tell. Yeah, I wanted to give it the benefit of the doubt, but it was just the whole vibe, honey. Brooklyn was looking like, what in the hell and who is these people? Mama, who these people? Lala said Cutie Pie Brooklyn looked confused. She was looking at Blaze like I don't know her. You're right. That's how she was looking. Surely how she was looking, and probably the only reason she didn't flat out say it because Kenya is training her to have manners. Shocked the hell out of me because Kenya ain't got none. But what do you know? She is a good little mama. Go Kenya. That's 2 points for you. 2 points for you. Even say you could tell Brooklyn gonna be very sheltered. Yes, sheltered is good. Just like I had you and your brother and them sheltered. Sheltered is wonderful. Plum, you say them children don't know each other. Right. Kandi and Kenya had to play their part. Yeah, they did. But I'm telling you, that's the thing. When you try to do that, when you try to do the fake and the phony, you can only do it for so long before the mask come off. Well, ain't that what that little rapper said? Mask off. Who is that rapper that had that little song, Mask Off? He kept saying mask off. I don't know what that means, but I remember that was in a song. Yeah, Kandi full of it. She always have been though. It's funny to me that people only just now saying that they could see it. Chanel, you think they don't play together before? Maybe. That was Future. You say Future had the mask off. Okay, that's who. So that's what happened. They played the role, and now the mask is coming off. Okay. So now get this. They sitting up there, they talking or whatever. They start talking about, her being drunk Kenya and how that was fun and everybody enjoyed drunk Kenya. Okay. Wait a minute, Kia. What you say? Future, that's my song. No. Why you hitting yourself in the head? If that's your song, now that's your song. Darren Hood, how you doing, boo? Hey, happy to be happy. Yeah, the mask off. That's what Candace say. Mask off, honey. Mask off. She gonna go and let it hang out. So listen. So they went talking about drunk Kenya, and then she asked about what's going on or whatever, and she went talking about her business and she got shipping problems and she getting everything from China, but she didn't have a COO. And hey, Dora. And so Candy like, what you need help with? So when she told her she was getting some help, she was like, hey, you got these deals coming in and you need help with that. You ain't gonna be able to do that without a team. So it's good she got one. I think so too. And it was kind of disturbing that she getting everything from China. Come on now. You up here basically telling these people, let me shut up because I ain't trying to disparage this lady brand. Make your money, sis, but you letting everybody know that they buying China from you. I'm just saying. You letting everybody know that they're buying China from you. Geneva saying Kandi been full of it since she switched on Facebook, but nobody want to talk about it. She was full of it from the time she got on that show, if you ask me. Plum say Blaze out of control, no home training. I don't think Candy's mother ever babysits. She probably don't, because Mama Joyce don't like Todd, and Mama Joyce might be done said something crazy. So you just never know with Joyce. You just never know. I think you're right. And I think right now Joyce out there living her best life. So she ain't got time to play granny and sit to the house. Joyce over there. That's the way it looked to me. I think I agree with you, honestly. Then Kandi brings up Marlo. And I'm sitting there, honestly, if I got to be real, y'all, why is you bringing up Marlo about these children and that you had a talk with her in the bathroom and you felt like she confided in you and broke down and she's telling you how she's feeling and what's going on? If you felt like the girl was breaking down and confiding in you, why would you turn right around and go talk about that to Kenya, who don't like her? That was just too much. I wasn't even, I don't know. Like, if I'm wrong, y'all say something in the chat because that kind of bugged me a little bit. And she's sitting there, being judgmental. And well, you don't need to do that. And I don't know why once she took him on, she should have. And I took him, my little cousin, and blah blah smackety smackety. It's sad when Kenya Moore is the voice of reason. Child, I don't like that Kenya, but every now and then here lately, she been letting me know she got just the smallest amount of sense. She got just a little bit. Yeah, Annie, that is the kind of stuff Kandi be doing. She is. It's so annoying. I hate to say it, but it has to be said. You can tell Kandi Burruss is a part-time mama. Right, and trying to judge somebody who ain't got no children that needs some help. There you go, DS. Two faces and one usually gets slapped. That's normally what happens when you got two or three. Remember that from He-Man, that one that was man-eat faces? That's Kandi. And it was sad because Kenya was like, look, let's play with each other. And I don't want to talk about no more of that craziness, which was a good point. If you know you don't like somebody, why are you talking about them? What is we talking about them for? But anyway, they had, like I said, them 9 conversations. Sheree and whoever the hell, Sanya and her sister, which was basically nothing. And then we get to Kandi, who decides she gonna call Marlo to tell her Kenya ain't coming. And Marlo crazy but was like, I think we'll survive without her. And Candy's like, of course you would say that. It was giving me that Kandi want to be the bone collector since Sheree ain't decided to pick up her mantle as the bone collector, which is fine because Sheree wasn't never that great at it. Kandi ain't no good at it either. And not to mention the fact, it's like she went running. Didn't Riley say she ain't need no more kids? She sure did. And Todd did say he was dead at daycare. Y'all on point. But this was my thing, right? Is it me? Or did it kind of look like Kandi went running to tell Marlo that, like, she was hoping Marlo was going to go off or be upset or whatever, because she was putting on to the person that was helping her pack. And she's like, oh, I got to tell her that she's not coming. And I know Kenya ain't called her and said she wasn't coming. And she the reason Kenya not coming. Like, girl, you trying to make this into something bigger than what it is. Kandi was really getting on my nerves this episode. She started from the beginning. By this point, she was on my last good nerve and kicking the other ones she done already unraveled. So then anyway, we get to Marlo house. She going through the boys' room. She showing Crystal, the little sister, what all they done in the room, all that stuff piled up, the hole in the wall, all that. Which I'm still saying for the record, I don't appreciate the camera seeing all that. We got a little bit more information out of that conversation, but I felt like they could have had that conversation downstairs. You didn't have to have that camera in that room. Okay? Right. Throwing rocks and hiding their hands as usual. Facts. But Crystal, the baby sister, so we did find out during this conversation, absolutely trying to produce a moment. Yeah, everything coming out of Kenya's mouth is never true. She good at lying. She good at lying. And it's funny that that's what she mad about is that Marlo will call her out about them lies. But this the thing. This is what we did find out with that conversation with Marlo and her little sister, which was that Marlo had taken the sister in, and the sister was like, oh, well, shoot, I had a flip phone when you took me in, you know, which things I'm sure were different back then or whatever. And it was just interesting to hear Crystal say that them boys over there showing out with her too, and arguing back at her and saying she was having to get on them about how they was trying to leave out the house. My thing was, and you're right, Marlo probably she probably did do that to defend herself needing a break, but it's better you don't defend it. You did what you did. You took a decision. I still don't think it was a bad decision, judgment aside. He'll say, isn't Kandi being a nuisance or regular with this series? Billy Goats stay annoying. They do. Oh my God, they do. Obviously, go back to the scene when they went home after that dude broke in and watch closely when they get in the house to talk to Katrina. What do we see? Say Todd immediately rushed to Blaze's side to hug and kiss her. Kandi, on the other hand, ooh, you know what? You picking up on all the little stuff that I didn't see that. Because usually when Candy's there, I'm only halfway tuned in. So thank you for picking that up because I sure missed it. But I didn't like her showing that room. That room bothered me. It was interesting to hear that they still over there showing out. I do get that Marlo needed a break. I also get that she wanted them boys to get a taste of not being so comfortable since you acting so entitled so quick. I get that. Now, Krista did let her know that them boys didn't need to hear your mouth. Like you venting and stuff, some of that stuff you saying, them boys do not need to hear. Marlo claims she trying to do better with her mouth, and then she says she got her reckless mouth from her mama, and that her mama's mouth is terrible, and she don't do the stuff her mama did. You know, talking about Jerry curl and your big feet and your this and your that. I can actually believe Marlo on that. If I'm gonna be real, I believe Marlo. I believe her mama probably did give her all kind of verbal abuse and verbal attacks, and half of her insecurities probably came from her mama's mouth. And she up there telling Krista, you know, we had the same mama. We grew up with the same mama. But this goes back to what I said before. Marlo is miserable. That lady need deliverance. She need a deliverance minister and she need a therapist because she got to first learn how to forgive her mama and not sit up and replay everything her mama did and imitate that behavior. But what was the ill deed, Obi? What is the ill deed? Taking those children out of that house when she needed a break is not an ill deed. And what does she need to take accountability for? The point is, you made a decision, stand by your decision. I would not have gone up there to embarrass those boys or put something on screen that could possibly be used against them later if somebody else makes an accusation or God forbid, they get themselves into trouble. The thing for Marlo to do would be just to say, look, I knew I needed a break. I knew that they were becoming a handful for me. It was stressing me. I didn't want to take it too far. I didn't want to do something that would have been harmful. So I removed them from the house. Simple as that. And don't worry about how nobody feels. You don't need to justify your actions to anybody. If you take a decision, take a decision. You don't have to you don't have to throw them boys up under the bus because you feel the need to defend your decision. Deborah said, no, we didn't need to see the boys' room. I find it hard to believe that messy room just happened. She didn't say it just happened, Deborah. That she didn't say, so I ain't finna allow her. My thing is, don't expose it. Why expose it? So when the sister said, "Don't let the kids hear us say I'm kicking you out," that was right. That was right. And you say also when Kenya didn't give her no business. Kenya got ate up. I don't know what show you was watching, and we gonna get into it. Kenya gave a little bit of bull crap. Marlo met her bull crap and raised the ante. But that's at the end, and we'll get there. But there were no LDs other than her mouth, and her sister called her on it. And if you're careful and go back and replay, if you can rewind your live TV, she backed down and she realized, hey, I do need to get better with my mouth. But I think Marlo needs help to get better with her mouth. I don't think Marlo gonna be able to do it on her own because she got too much. I feel like she got too much pain and pent up resentment, and she's got too much damage from what her mama did to her. That even being in the foster homes, God only knows what she heard from the foster parents. She got too much damage to do that on her own. That girl, like I said, and I stand by it, she need a deliverance minister and she need a therapist. Kim St. Carl say she ain't have to let them hear it if she was making them leave the house. They know. Right. But what I was saying was the way you express it actually matters. They was gonna know they was leaving the house. That's true. But Marlo didn't have to blow up and be like, oh, y'all got to get up out of here, yada, yada, yada. She didn't have to do that. But Marlo has not learned how to communicate when she's upset in a healthy fashion. She lashing out and it ain't healthy, it ain't cool, and you can't damage them children like that. You just can't. Kenya also came up with a poor excuse to have a moment she shouldn't have came. Shouldn't have. But I'm glad Marlo gave her what she needed. Nisi say true. I didn't like how the kids' room and busted wall was put on display for national viewing. It's true because at this point, the boys have been gone at least for a few days. We don't know the time frame, right? You could have went in there and bagged up that stuff and just had it sitting in a corner. You could have paid somebody to come up there and bag up that stuff, have it sitting in a corner. Why would you leave the room in that condition just so you could film it? I didn't like that. Deandra say Marlo is still putting the boys down and she would give them low self-esteem with her mouth. Right, exactly like her mama did to her. She transferred it. And y'all know what's messed up is we got a lot of people that do that because their mama's mouths was reckless and the things mama said ripped them down. So now they run around ripping people down, and when they have children, they transfer that hurt to them babies. And they say you're right. And Marlo been in a lot of foster homes. I'm telling you, Marlo didn't ever get no help, and she needed. G Darling say, yes, indeed. Teach that baby good manners. Oh, yeah. You must be behind, sis. But yeah. Hey, George. How you doing? It's good to see you. Okay. But listen, so moving right along. But I just didn't like that. But I like that her sister told her, and you can tell they have a relationship where they can just be blunt with each other. And that's the other thing Marlo need to learn. You and your family may operate that way where everybody just blunt and spit it out. And which I understand my family's like that. We blunt. Good, bad, or indifferent. We blunt. If I feel like, you full of crap and you need to quit playing with me, I'ma say it. But that's how I talk to my family. If one of them feel like Nitra, you eating too much and you getting big as hell, they just gonna say it. But when you step outside of the people that are close to you, your family, that circle, you can't talk to the people outside the way you and your family relate to each other. Marlo got a whole lot of developing and growing to do. I hope she gets it done. But yeah, exactly. Generational curses. And Marlo is carrying that one from her mama and placing it on them children. Ain't no telling what all they done already got from their own mama. But I'm going to leave that alone. But I'm glad her sister told her. I'm so glad her sister told her, you need to watch your mouth. Now Marlo talking about she going to work on it, but we'll see. So anyway, let's move on to this trip. So trip time. She sent the cars to get the ladies, took the car to get them, and then the car came to get her and Sheree. So her and Sheree had the private car. Was that a Rolls Royce they jumped in, y'all? Now I saw she sent an Aston Martin over there to Kandi, Monietta, and Drew, which was nice, but they couldn't eat in the car. That was funny. She sent them food, but they couldn't eat in the car. She said she didn't think about it. I kind of believe her, but I don't know if I really did because that was a rose. I thought so, Darren. I thought so. I thought for sure that was a rose. But I kind of believe Marlo had to know, or maybe I don't know. Maybe she didn't. Maybe she didn't because she was able to eat. Her and Sheree could eat in the car they was in. But they, Cam and them wasn't able to eat in the car, but she did send them food. They ended up having to eat in the house and then leave later. you know. And yes, she is a perfect example of arrested development. She is. And I ain't gonna judge her for it. I ain't. Not that part. Hey, boo. Baby, it sure did. It sure did. And she doing a lot to keep it. Mm-hmm. Y'all, this my folks from home. Hey, Kima. Y'all don't know how much I love Kima. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I glow. He said, I mean, if she could eat in the rolls, I'm sure she thought they could. Yeah, she probably did think so. I don't know how I feel about that. Maybe she knew, maybe she didn't. I ain't never seen Marlo do nothing quite like that, so maybe it wasn't on purpose. Nisa say I saw the white interior and knew Kandi and crew wouldn't be eating a drop of food in that car. Right. That's the other thing. That was the other part. So maybe she just didn't pay attention to the details. Who knows? I don't know. But that happened. And so anyway, they in the car and Kandi doing her usual. She's still talking about Marlo and them boys. And she kind of got shut down because Drew was like, basically saying she understood and it does take a village. And then reminded Kandi that, hey, Escar Marty, reminded Kandi that Marlo is a single woman with two boys. Like, that's a lot. That is a whole lot. So the fact that Drew was understanding, I think that kind of killed Kandi's agenda because she been basically every time she on the camera, she talking about Marlo and them boys. She ain't never even go visit them boys. Hell, can she pick them boys out of a lineup? Opie said, if I was Marlo, even if I'm using the boys as a storyline, which already feels wrong, that scene with the mom on the phone wouldn't happen. No, it shouldn't. A lot of that stuff shouldn't have happened. She should have mentioned them, let us see them real quick, and keep them off the camera. Obi say also no one would see the boys' room in that state nor the hole in the wall. And the boys leaving the house, I would tell them they're taking a vacation. That's what I'm talking about. You ain't got to give them the nitty and the gritty. The word is the nitty and the gritty. Marlo could have kept that to herself. But I'm still side-eyeing Kandi. Why you keep bringing that up to talk with people? Like, what are you doing? That's the stuff with Kandi to get on my nerves. She'll do stuff like that. And then when Marlo flip on her and start talking about her real bad, then we get the Billy Goat cry on social media because I see Marlo was saying all kind of stuff about me. Why you doing the Billy Goat cry when she talk about you? And look what you was doing. You literally went to darn near everybody on that cast that you could get by themselves, that you could cordon off by themselves to talk about her and these boys that you don't even know. That's the stuff right there. And now this part, can we talk about this real quick? Sheree tells Marlo that Kenya say what triggered her was that Marlo called her a lie. And that Marlo had called her a lie before about being pregnant and whatever else, or having a baby, or whatever was said about the kid. And so, of course, production, like I say, production acting like this finna be the last season. The way they keep doing these trips down memory lane every scene. So they sitting up showing every time that Marlo said that Kenya was lying. Well, the problem is Kenya lies so much. Why are you triggered because the girl called you a lie? And then the fact that you told Sheree that's what's triggering you is that she called you a lie. Madam, please stop. That's all I can say. Madam, please stop. Ain't no, I won't say nobody's buying it, but I'm gonna say I'm not buying it. I'm gonna say that. Hey, Just Cass. Okay, Lala say Kandi loves to throw rocks and hide her hands. She gets so upset hearing that Marlo and Sheree was talking about her, but she's doing the same thing. Hypocrite much. It's hypocrite a whole lot. Hypocrite a whole lot. She's a heavy one, a heavy hypocrite. And I'm real tired of her with her little boring self. How you gonna be that sinister, evil, sneaky, and backbiting and got the nerve to be boring? Can you at least be exciting? Hell, King is evil, but at least she's entertaining. Sometimes. Plum, thank you so much for the super chat. She says, always enjoy the great commentary and feedback. I appreciate you so much. I really appreciate the support, sis. Obi says she said on her speak on it that if Marlo hadn't brought it up on the show, she won't talk about it, but contradicts herself and says she's the first person Marlo have told. Right. But Candice always contradicting herself. She always contradicting herself. Just the only thing I can say is that I'm glad that the rest of the audience, the rest of us watching, are finally, everybody's finally seeing what I've been saying. This lady is fake and phony. She always throwing rocks and hiding her hands. She's always stirring the pot. She always full of crap and lying. She's one of the biggest hypocrites we've ever seen on that screen. And I'm just glad that people are actually finally seeing it. And to be honest, I think the main thing that she wanted the most, which was Nene off the show and Portia off the show, is the reason why everybody else can see her. Some of us have seen this hooker the whole time. But the fact that those real big personalities are gone, baby, you don't have no cover. Ain't nobody providing cover for you. We can see that you ain't no good, Billy Goat Gruff. We see it. But anyway, Drew set up that line talking about that fatty don't bother her. And I'm glad Monietta told her you lying. She do bother you, which is true. They get to this fabulous cabin, and it was fabulous. Oh, but they should have known it was gonna be fabulous. Kandi talking about this ain't what I expected. Drew talking about she thought it was gonna be a little cabin. And I'm sitting there looking at Drew, little sad self, like, girl, do you not know Marlo? Have you never met Marlo? Like, is that why you thought it was gonna be a small cabin? Everything her and Sheree do be real grand. Sheree always want to be grand, and sometimes she miss the mark. Marlo always gonna spend too much. Nene did see it a while ago, and everybody attacked Nene because they didn't like the messenger. But Nene ain't lie. They help her fake because she fake as a $4 bill and always have been. So they get there, whatever, Kandi over there talking about, oh, Marlo good at stuff like this, and heard and grabbed herself something to eat. They say Sonya had a job out of town, so apparently she gonna be late. She working with iFit. She did this candle game that picked the room with these scents. And I guess if you could guess who the scent belonged to, then you could go to the room. And it was the delusion and devotion. She said that one was for Kenya. Kandi picked that and got her room. She had good vibes and fresh gossip, and that she gave to Kandi. I don't know why. Kandi ain't never had a good vibe. Kandi got a snotty, funky vibe, but that's the one she gave Kandi. Then what was the one for Sheree, y'all? It was High Hopes and something. She gave that to Sheree. I don't know. Then she put color coordinated workout gear, and Drew gonna holler and stick her hand up. And that darn shady Marlo talking about I should have gave Drew delusion. I say this is terrible. Why? Well, she figured out it was Sonya. And then repeated resolutions and wishful thinking was Drew. I say Marlo, even when Marlo trying to be fun, she shady. Right, Nisi. I didn't expect nothing less from Marlo either. Marlo always be, extra grand with the dollar spending. Lala said exactly. I haven't ever cut for Kandi, but now that the big personalities are gone, her backbiting ways are more apparent. It's true. Right, perverse vibes, definitely not good vibes. Obi say Marlo been shading the life out of Drew. Out of all of them, Marlo is hell. I'm telling you, it's like when she got a good point, I'm gonna stand beside her, like with anybody. Last episode, I had to stand beside drunk Kenya. I don't like Kenya, but drunk Kenya is the girl, okay? But this episode, Kandi was the one on my last nerves. It really wasn't Marlo this time, y'all. It wasn't. But anyway, then she telling them get changed in 15 minutes. We finna go eat. Sheree acting like changing in 15 minutes was out of the question, which I'm not sure how. How dirty are you? Did you not bathe and get dressed fresh before you came there? And it was only a couple hours ride. You mean to tell me you can't freshen up, change clothes in 15 minutes? What the hell do you do? And Marlo ignorant telling them people to take a whole bath. I say, I'm through. Lala say Sheree's friend, Fall, whatever, definitely tried it last episode. She did. Yeah, Fathom the Witch. Yeah, that hooker. He would say people be so intimidated by big personalities, they just look to attack. It's true. God forbid you a black woman with a big personality. Have mercy. That big personality come with a target. Nisi say, I wish the housewives would just give up on the play to win bed games. I wish they would too. Because at this point, they kind of toggle back and forth between childish and just mean. Because this one was kind of mean in a way. Evie say, I get lost in the mirror, so I understand. Yes, Lord, I know, baby. But anyway, they all checking their phones, checking on family. Drew them checked on her family. And that was a cute little moment because everybody's mamas except for poor Marlo. And so she went to talking about needing the 30 days, and Kandi still beating that drum. Well, that's a long time. And that, like, oh my God, I just want Kandi to let it go. If you want to attack Marlo, just come on, be direct. Stop being indirect and trying to pick situations. Let it be. So they get to dinner and they trying to figure out, whether the clear women was from there, visitors or whatever. That was cute, I guess. Marlo said they going gym mining into the vineyard. Now I wish I could be there for the gym mining in the vineyard. I like wine and gyms. I do. Hey, Candace Lane. Hey, DH. And so that was cute. And then they started talking about the drunkenness or whatever of Kenya and how she was so much fun. And so I was kind of happy to see I wasn't the only person who enjoyed Drunk Kenya. Drunk Kenya was the bomb.com. Hell, I want a Drunk Kenya t-shirt. I do. She was the best. She was absolutely the best. Kandi shared that she ain't never been drunk, which I can identify and understand. Kenya showed up though and texted Kandi. And instead of Kandi saying something, she was like, let me go to the bathroom, being fake as usual, just like she did when they called themselves sneaking her in to kind of, ambush Nene and be rude, and we not gonna let her know. And you know, I might. It was that moment all over again for me. Candy's always the messiest, shadiest character. So anyway, and of course Kenya's like, is anybody asking about me? And she told her the truth, no. And then she comes in, Marlo complimented her, but Marlo was like her feelings was hurt because Kandi knew she was coming and didn't say nothing. And then Kenya let them know she rented out her own goddamn house. Now, I enjoyed that just a little bit. I enjoyed it just a little bit now. Let me go ahead and put this link in the chat because I know y'all got something to say about this. I know a few of y'all probably got something to say. I got something to say. Hold on. Y'all know I'm remedial on this computer. Yeah, Marlo definitely caught it. She did. Yeah, bring drunk Kenya back every episode. She wasn't drunk this episode, and I really had enough of her as soon as she got on the screen. But anyway, anywho, so Marlo complimented was like, "Oh, hey, Kenya, you look very nice. Nice little compliment." She said she rented her house, and of course, Kandi was like, "Well, how come you ain't have to rent no other house? Why would you do that?" And baby, did y'all catch that Kenya threw that right back to Kandi? Because I did. Oh, I caught that. Production caught it too, and they rolled that beautiful bean footage. Because she was like, "Well, you had such a problem with it last time on the last trip, talking about South Carolina." And they showed where Kandi, funky behind, was up there asking that girl, like, was there anywhere else you could leave her? So why would you be the one making a big deal because she rented a house and was going to have her child in another house? So I like the fact that Kenya served that back to her. And like I was telling my little peanut when we was on the phone, how much sense do that make? The baby was younger then than she is now. Oh, it's okay for her to be around now for you. But at that time, ain't no way else you could take the baby, and it was getting on your nerves. Uh-huh. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Right, King St. Carl. Like, don't get me wrong. Kenya was being messy as hell. I rented my own house. That was messy. But when she gave Kandi back, she wasn't wrong. She wasn't wrong at all. Ooh, Kimberly in the backstage. Let me finish up, Kimberly. Don't go nowhere. Wait right there, baby. Wait right there. And that was a bit much. But then Kandi face went sour, and I don't know why. Because at the end of the day, she told you the truth. Kenya ain't do nothing but tell you the truth. You did that to her. She didn't mention it back then because she was too busy pretending to be solidarity forever because we got to go against Portia because Nene didn't sign a contract. But the way Kandi handled that girl about her baby last season, I don't care what you say, whether you like Kenya or not. Kandi was dead wrong for that. Kandi was dead wrong for that, period. It wasn't no way around it. So I was real happy that she served it back. I was extremely excited that she served that back to her. Okay? Yeah, same old BS with Kandi. Same old with Kandi and Kenya. So anyway, then next thing you know, Drew was like, they went to asking her about Sonya, and she ain't got no issue with Sonya. And, she ran down the whole thing, which she told it straight. Sonya seems to have a problem with her, and it started with her asking questions about drop it with Drew and this and that. And I apologize. Now I'm going to yell at you. And Marlo was like, well, y'all just don't listen to each other. I don't know what the hell Marlo was talking about with that. Maybe she was trying to be the peacemaker and she just don't have no experience making peace. Because I didn't get her point with that one. I really didn't. I didn't understand her point. Maybe she just felt the need to say something. Sonya arrived, told him what was going on, invited everybody to Jamaica, and said that, everybody with a plus one, so it's like a couple's trip. They tell Sheree, oh, you got to get a boo. No, she don't. I didn't like that. I didn't like that. Sheree should not feel like she's pressured to have a man because of a trip. If she want a man, then get one. And if she don't want one, nobody should be bothering her about, oh, you got to get no boo for no trip. If they let Quad, aka Smeagol, go on the couple's trip on Married to Medicare with no husband, then I'm gonna need them to leave She by Sheree alone. And yes, I said it. That was dead wrong. Now, moving on past that, and Sonya talking about, I hope I'm not stealing Marlo's thunder. You wasn't, but you really did hope that you were. Okay? Then Kenya decides she want to, have a conversation because, Marlo was asking her, was she going to come to the house or whatever? And I'll let you know when I know and whatever. So Marlo says to her, well, you won't be participating in none of these activities if you don't come to the house. Kenya say, well, I'll go if that's what I choose. If I choose not to come to the house, then I'll just go. And then they had this conversation that blew me away. And I'm finna bring up King Sankara and Kimberly in 1 second. Both of them back there. This ought to be good. But she says to her, oh, Marlo, you hurt. And Marlo said, yes, I am hurt. Absolutely. And so she's like, stop interrupting. That interrupting bothered me. And Marlo was being silly. She was like, oh, it bothers you? I'm glad she let her get it out. And so the basis of what I got from Kenya was, you called me a liar, and I forgave you after the whole child thing about my child, the pregnancy or whatever she said. Hey, Renee. And she said, I forgive you for that or whatever. It was unforgivable, but I forgave you. And when you said I lied about being sick, that triggered me, blase squaze. And basically saying your brand of love, I don't need, that's fair. And that's why you don't get another chance with me. Okay, cool. Marlo served that thing back up so slick, man. God dang. Marlo let that girl know, yes, I am hurt. I'm extremely hurt. You're absolutely correct. And she said, and let's be clear, what you mad about is that I told you I don't believe you when you said you were sick, and I still feel that way. Glad she stood on it. And then furthermore went on to tell her, yeah, you more educated than me. You got all that going on that I don't. And when she tried to shame the girl, like, oh, you talking long, she said, yeah, I'm not as good at with words and stuff like you. As you say, I'm from the prison. As you say, I'm a prostitute. So I should be able to follow you, queen. When she gave it to her, I say, oh my God. When a real Aquarius meets a fake Aquarius, this was Celebrity Deathmatch. I enjoyed it. Okay? Child, Marlo ain't talking I ain't see no circles. Marlo gave it to her blood raw. That was pure Aquarius talk all day, every day. Kenya got what she deserved, and I was here for it. And the proof is in the pudding, in my opinion. And the reason I say the proof is in the pudding, because after Marlo gave it to her like that, took away all her ammunition.
Hello?
Hold on, baby. Yeah, we hear you. The only thing that was left for Kenya to do was to say less, because it was nothing she could do. What you gonna say when you call yourself being passive aggressive and tell somebody you hurt? She didn't argue with you. She said, yes, I am. I'm terribly hurt. What is there to say? What you gonna say? Oh, you a prostitute, you a criminal. She let you know, as you say, I'm a prostitute. As you say, I'm a criminal. I should be able to follow you. Baby, Marlo gave it to her so good, that hooker couldn't say nothing but say less. And let her know, baby, if you thought you was coming on this show, on this trip, to be cute, passive aggressive, act ugly, and show up for shooting so you can still get a check, it ain't gonna happen. Right, Nisa, it was a serve. Marlo served the hell out of her. This episode, last episode, Marlo got on my nerves. This episode, Kandi got on my nerves. Kenya didn't even get on my nerves. Kenya tried it, but Marlo put a lid on that pot so quick, it didn't even get a chance to get out. And I don't know. The episode for me was mostly filler and fluff. Last scene kind of saved it. Lala say yes, Aquarius and Florida talk. Marlo gave her a true Florida girl read. Yes, she did. And I was here for all of it. So now, Kimberly, you was first, girl. Tell me what you think, because I know you got something to tell me now. You always got something to tell me. What you got?
Yeah, I have a lot. I'm gonna try to
Y'all
make it
look
quick.
them up. What
Last time
high
I realized
vibe?
I talked a lot. Huh?
I was hollering at high vibe. Go on, girl.
Uh,
Let us have it. I told them to
okay.
buckle up. Get ready for Kimberly.
Okay. First, first, Kenya addressed Kandi on Speak on It last year about that trip, and she told Kandi she heard all them talking about her, and she also told Kandi that you've had many opportunities to bring your kids since Riley, and you never had. So don't act like your heart was broken because I bought mine. And she was like, the next trip they all had a chance, and then she asked Kandi, and did you bring Blaze and Ace? And Kandi said no. And then Kandi even made out her mouth. She was like, she wasn't really mad about the kids. She
Mm.
was mad that when they do a show and you have a certain time to film, you're supposed to be down there filming. And when Kenya went upstairs, production wanted to shut it all down. That's what made Kandi mad.
Well,
And
what
she
was
said
that
that
to
on
be
Speak
mad about? If that's supposed to be your friend and your friend had to go check on her baby, would you have
because
been mad
Kandi
at her?
about her money, and I think her money was like when production said we're gonna have to shut it down because Kenya's not coming down there, which I don't understand why the rest of them can't carry on a show. I mean, Kenya is my girl, but you can't tell me the rest of y'all can't carry on a show if she's upstairs.
Yeah, that was a bit much.
But Kandi said that on Speak on It. She said it really, she was just upset. But she said her real reason was that she was upset is they had a certain block of time to film. And Kenya spent all the time upstairs with Brooklyn. And then production wanted to shut them down for whatever they were talking about. And that's why Kandi was pissed. And that's what Kandi said on Speak on It when Kenya called her out on it about bringing Brooklyn when Kandi's never brought any of her kids. Then
Uh-huh.
my
But
other
like,
issue is,
but now look what
I'm sorry,
Eva
go ahead.
said. But now look what Eva say. She say that means she ain't no real friend. Like I've been saying, they've been pretending to be friends because they had that alliance that they wanted to pretend like did not exist when clearly it did, and it don't no more.
I think they're friends. I think they're work friends. I don't think they're like best friends where they hang out all the time. I think they do hang out socially a little bit, but I think they're work friends because and then with the Marlo, this is I don't like Marlo. And I think but this is the first time she probably has been honest about anything besides her missing attitudes when she was at that table talking to Kenya. I think that's why she hates Kenya because everything she said. She feels that her and Kenya are alike and the same. And I think she doesn't like that Kenya is not as miserable as her in her eyes. And I think that's what her issue is. Because when she was speaking, I wasn't getting a read. I was getting a hurt woman who doesn't understand why this woman is just as hurt as me, has just basically, we're basically two sides of the same coin. Why can she look like she's happy and I'm so sad and hurt all
I
the
ain't
time?
heard none of that at that table. What I heard was the fact. I'm hurt. You said I'm hurt, and I'm telling you the truth. I sure am. And then she went on to let her know what she appreciated and what she didn't. And what I liked about that moment, because I'm an Aquarius girl too, that's what we do. We meet it head on. It ain't no, oh Seanitra, I think you're overweight. Well, I don't really think I am. No, it's yep, I'm big as hell. And I'm finna go eat a piece of chicken right now. That's what she gave her. She
Now,
gave us
Marlo,
what Marlo did to Kenya in that moment is what I love to do to people. You take away
no,
their ammunition. She took
Marlo
away
does
all of
not.
Kenya's ammunition. And once she took
Marlo
away
does not know how to
Kenya's
read.
ammunition,
Marlo
it,
Marlo
it
knows how to
wasn't
say
about
mean stuff,
it wasn't a
talk about
reading
people's
moment.
private parts. I don't think that was a read.
But
I think that was
no,
her true feelings. I think
but
that
that's
was her
my
true
whole
feeling.
point. But that's
I
my
don't
whole
think it was a
point.
read. I think it was like
She
I'm
still
hurt.
served her. She
My
still
mama
served
doesn't love me. I
she
didn't even think it as a
she didn't
serve.
say
I
nothing about
felt
her
it's like
mama.
this is the first time I've
She
got a
ain't
real
say nothing
moment for
about her mama.
Marlo
What
since I've seen her on the show. That's what
what
I
it
felt.
was, yeah, and I'm with you, Dana. A whole lot of times I do like Marlo. But my attitude with that was this: when it came down to it, what Marlo did, like I said, was took away all of Kenya's ammunition because Kenya can't read either. Kenya's just like Candace the squirrel from Potomac. She just spits out insults and then she giggles and hopes that it was funny to somebody other than her. Now, the truth of the matter is, once you take away all the ammunition from somebody with elementary reading abilities, all they can do is what Kenya did. Girl, say less, because there was nothing left. Once you take away all the insults, because I'm gonna put them out there for you first, there was nothing left. And she let her know
I
she didn't.
really don't
She
think
didn't
that
even.
was. I
She
think
didn't
that was
even go
a
into
true
trying.
moment of
Hold
Marlo.
on, honey. She didn't even go into trying to break Kenya down. She just let her know exactly how she felt. Yes, I'm hurt. And then she laid out why she was hurt. And then she restated her case. and was firm on the fact that you will not be staying here to participate in any activities if you do not stay in the house. And I loved it.
Well,
She stayed to the
that I
point.
don't have an issue with.
She
That I
stayed
don't have
to
an
the
issue
point.
with.
But that's what I'm talking about, Kimberly. You missing the point. Marlo stayed on target. Marlo did not let that conversation get sidetracked or sidebarred into any other thing.
That's
And the
my
fact
point.
and the fact that Kenya tried to bring up, well, you called me a liar and it triggered me. Marlo kept it real. Let's be honest. You're mad because I said I don't believe you were sick, and I still feel that way. She called Kenya out again for lying yet again. Kenya still
But
sitting
my
up there
my
lying.
point is that was to me, that was the first and the only time in all these years I've seen Marlo on the show be a real person. I think those were Marlo's real feelings. I don't think that was a read. I feel that's the first time
Whether
Marlo's
you
ever opened
listen,
up
at the end of
and
the day,
been
honey,
real.
whether you call it a read, whether you call it a poem, whether you call it a monologue, Marlo
Marlo is.
served that heifer,
When have
kept
you
her
ever
on
heard Marlo
topic.
talk
Marlo
without making a
served her.
comment about somebody's
Marlo
private
served
parts
her,
or their man?
kept her on top. Marlo served her, kept her on topic, and restated her issue, which was, you are not gonna be staying at that house. That was the whole point. She addressed what Kenya addressed. Kenya addressed, you said I lied and I was triggered. So Marlo addressed her and said, absolutely. I did call you a liar. I don't believe you were sick. I still stand by it. Regardless of what you want to call it, Marlo served that heifer, and she knew she was served because she had no rebuttal. Now go ahead. I had to mute you because we both can't talk at the same time. Go ahead.
I understand that, but I still don't believe that was a read. I believe that was Marlo's
Like I
only
said, I don't
honest
care
thing.
what you call it. You can't change the
I
fact
believe
that
that was
Marlo
we
that
can
Marlo
agree to
served.
disagree. I believe that was the only time Marlo has ever been honest. I believe those were her true feelings. I believe that's the only
And
time I've
Kenya
ever
still
seen
had
a
no
real moment
rebuttal.
from Marlo.
And Kenya still had no rebuttal. She was ate up.
Because she wasn't expecting it. Because all
No,
Marlo
she
does is
wasn't
make,
expecting it.
because
Kenya
Marlo
don't
makes
ever expect
comments.
the real because she
I
faking
know,
it.
but Marlo makes comments about people's body parts and their men. She never. I know, but my point is, she never has an intelligent conversation. She never has nothing to say that makes any sense. She always just says, "Oh, what about your husband? Or you're taking care of this man? Or you're doing that?" You know,
because they're not having conversations. If
I
they both
know
going
this is the
insults at
first
each
time
other.
to me Marlo has been an honest person, and if she'd been like this
Okay,
the whole season,
let me ask you
I
this before
probably
you
actually
go.
would have liked her.
Hold on. Let me ask you this before you go. What has Marlo lied about? What did Marlo lie about? Marlo's rude and mean and hateful, but what did she lie about?
Oh, so you believe all the stuff she said about Kandi?
Yes. Hell yeah, girl. We all knew that. That ain't new information. It was recycled, but it
So
wasn't new.
Kandi doesn't help people. Kandi doesn't pay for people to go to college. Kandi doesn't do things in the community. Kandi doesn't do anything.
Wow. Wow.
Child, you
Marlo
so wrong.
lies. Marlo lies. The only
I ain't
person
heard
Marlo looks
Marlo
up
tell
to
not one
is
lie.
Nina.
I ain't heard Marlo tell one lie, baby. Not one.
Marlo has said out of her own mouth before this season how Kandi has Kandi Cares and how she's helped her charities many of times and how she's went to things and helped pass out food for
And she
Kandi.
still gave her opinion, and that was honestly her opinion.
Her opinion was that Kandi doesn't help nobody.
That's her
Kandi does
opinion.
help people.
How can an opinion be a lie? That's how she felt. So now
If
we
you
get
say
to
somebody doesn't
moderate
help
how
people and
somebody
you
feels.
yourself have seen them help people, how can you say they don't help people?
She don't feel like Kandi really cares about nobody. She feels
She
like
does
Candy's
feel like
selfish.
that because she said that many times before
She
when she's
feels
been at
that way.
Candy's
I
events.
feel
She
that way
said that
about
before she
Kandi.
got the speech.
Hold
She
on.
has.
I feel that way about Kandi. I do. I know about her charities and her writing a check. And I still
But
feel
have you
that.
ever said that she does and then changed your mind and said she doesn't?
It's not about does or doesn't. She got a charity and she
I
still
know.
don't care nothing about people.
Marlo has a charity. I don't believe she's helping people, but I've never said Marlo does help
But
people.
even
If
if
I
you
came out of
said
my
it,
mouth and said she does, I wouldn't turn around once I get.
listen, Kim, I don't mean no harm, girl. You're gonna have to slow down because you know your sisters in the chat, they want you to go.
Right. Right. Right.
I don't want you to go, but they want you to go. So slow down a little bit. All right, go ahead, sis. Y'all be easy on her now. Be easy. Sis got some,
Nah,
strong feelings.
don't go easy.
No, she got a right to her opinion. Just, go easy, sis.
But you have to hear the other person's opinion as well
Right.
and understand it's just a show.
It is just a show. That's true.
We
That's true.
don't
But
unless
you
you
know,
personally
we
know
still gotta
Marlo.
go. We still gotta go easy on our sisters, even if they don't agree with us. Like everybody got a right to their opinion, though. Kim got a
That's
right
true.
to tell us how she feel about it. You know, even an unpopular opinion is an opinion, which is the same thing I'm saying when it comes to Marlo. Does everybody feel that way about Kandi? No, but she got a right to her opinion. Her opinion ain't never a lie. Most of the
Eh,
people in the chat don't agree with nothing Kimberly's saying, but I'm not gonna let nobody say Kim lying because that's Kim's honest opinion.
that's her opinion.
That's her opinion. That's right. Kim, be comfortable, baby. Do your thing. Just go a little easy. That's all.
I'm comfortable. It's this is what I believe to be true. So
Mm-hmm.
this is what I'm speaking on. If
Facts.
you what you believe to be true is what you're speaking on.
Right. And sis, what I'm saying is what Marlo believed to be true about Kandi, that is her opinion and it's
And
true to her.
and
So this
if that was always your
sis,
opinion, I can understand it.
hold on. So what I'm saying is you still ain't told me nothing Marlo lied about. You telling me about an opinion she had that you found to be distasteful, but you still ain't told me a lie that lady told.
It wasn't this. It is distasteful, but that wasn't the
Yes.
point. She
But
has
you
came out
said
of her
she
mouth.
lied, and I need a lie.
But she has came out of her mouth and said that Kandi has done plenty for the community and Kandi has helped people. She said that out of her mouth many of times. So it's not like she said it once and had to take it back. She said it multiple times. And now since she's got the peach, now it's a whole different story. Kandi doesn't do nothing for the community. Kandi doesn't help
But
anybody.
she
The
didn't just say
beginning of
she
the
don't do
season,
nothing. What she said was
I
Kandi
know,
selfish, and Kandi
I
don't care
know.
nothing about nobody but herself. And guess what? That's the truth. That's the
But do you
truth.
remember the beginning
It's
of the
the truth
season?
to her. Listen to me. Hold on. That's the truth to her. Saying that somebody does a lot in the community, as in writing checks, like Randa Deba says, hey Randa, that she getting tax breaks from, that's something different. What Marlo said, like you got to be able to see more than one thing. Like more than one thing can be true at once. Kandi writes checks that she can get breaks from. Hey Veronica. And the truth of the matter is you can still be selfish and not give a darn about nobody, which was Marlo's opinion. And I'm sorry, but
Hmm.
I agree.
But do you remember the beginning of the season where she said Candy's the only one who ever checks on her about her nephews? Candy's the only one who ever gives them birthday gifts. Candy's the only one who ever asks her updates about the nephews. She said that out of her own mouth.
And what does
She
that
said
have
the
to do
only thing
with her
she was
having
mad
an
about is that
opinion
Candy
that
didn't have
Kandi
her in
is
her
selfish?
house.
So she can't say that her opinion is that Candy's selfish.
But she out of her own
She can't have
mouth.
that opinion.
I know. But she
So
out of
can
her
you
own mouth at the
now?
beginning
So
of the
now let me.
season.
But you're still haggling over an opinion. Can an opinion not change? Your
If it's
opinion,
real,
your opinion of
if it's
somebody.
real, yes. But I
Yeah,
don't believe it's real.
it's her opinion.
If
Who
it
are we?
was real,
Who are we
yes.
to
But
tell
I don't believe
somebody
it's
what
real.
they feel or think in their own head? Who are we?
Go ahead.
That's all I'm saying. We ain't got room. But as always, Kim, I love it because you stir the pot, honey. You always come with a different opinion and come back next week. I don't care what nobody
I
say.
will.
With me, I
I
love
will.
you. Okay, I
All
love you,
right.
Kim. Where you from?
Maryland.
Oh, she from Maryland. All right,
Hmm.
Maryland. Baltimore. Where from? What city? Bowie.
Glen Burnie.
Okay. All right. All right. Thank you, sis. I appreciate you. I love you.
You're
Please
welcome. You have a good night.
don't be shy. Come back for real.
I will.
All right, boo. Bye bye.
All right.
All right, King St. Carl, what you got on it?
I don't know no more.
I don't know. Listen, I know it's sometimes like it may be different for people to like hear different opinions, but like we gotta hear different opinions. Like we can't live in no echo chamber.
But you know,
Everybody gotta
Auntie,
be
I
able to say how they feel.
I don't think it was her opinion though that had my aunties and my sisters and cousins in the chat. I think it was her delivery
I
and
know.
what I want to say to Miss Kimberly is you know it's okay to have an opinion and it's okay for
Right.
your opinion to be different, but don't try to beat me up with your opinion like you about to change
Yeah.
mine. I'm gonna believe what I believe.
Yeah.
I agree with everything Marlo said about Candy.
Me too. Me too. And this is okay. This is where I think a lot of people get caught up. Because if somebody's opinion hurts their feelings and
Mm-hmm.
and like offends you or whatever, then you have a lot of energy for that opinion. But you can't change the fact that that's really how that person feels, at least in that moment. I
Right.
understand, Jan. I understand. I understand. I understand. But Obi, you welcome to call. Don't start that. You've been around here too long. You know you can call here and say anything you want to.
Right.
Say her delivery was all the way wrong. She need to have some therapy and etiquette lesson. Oh man, come on, y'all. Come on, come on. Listen, I know DS, but I try to have patience with that because I realize people get impassioned about these shows.
Mm-hmm.
People do. People watch these shows and they get their favorites because they're people that they can identify with. These are people that they can, they relate to on some level. Maybe she relates to Kenya in some way, like something about Kenya resonates with her. You know what
Mm.
I'm saying?
Where
And
she said she
so
was from?
Maryland. She from
What
up
was the si- what yeah, yeah, because I told you my theory was she just had to have known Marlo. I thought she was gonna say she was from the 727.
But I told you what I told you when you said that. I said that lady, she ain't got no Florida in her voice at all. I could tell
I
you
don't. Hey, she ain't even visit Disney World.
at all. And that's the thing, and that's like we laugh at it, but it's real now. You got to think about the fact y'all so crazy. So I got the patience of Job. I try, but this the thing. The
Not the
cat trying
patience
to
of
put the wig on, Jesus. But this the thing. This the thing. And you're right, High Vibe. Changing somebody's opinion should not be the focus of the debate. It should never. It should never.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the problem. You right, Randa. Y'all is fine all fast in this chat. I can't get my thought out. Randa said Kandi claims she went to the network execs on behalf of all of them to make sure they got opportunities. So how come she the only one getting spinoffs? Because she's selfish and don't care about nobody but herself, like Marlo said.
Mm-hmm.
If this girl says she got to listen to some ASMR videos to calm down after her rants. Y'all, we gonna hey listen. If she come back next week, I'm gonna let her do it again. I'm gonna let her get it off because if she don't tell us, who she gonna tell? Hey, best,
Right.
okay. I feel you. I don't relate to nobody on there right now either. But what I was finna say, King St. Car, I knew that lady wasn't from Florida when she was like, she talks about people's private parts. We disrespectful as hell. So I know she wasn't from Florida. She was too disturbed by that. If that disturbed you, baby, I know you're not from the state of Florida. You're not from the Sunshine State.
Oh no, I missed that. She's talking
Yeah,
about
she
the people
said
in
that.
private part.
Yeah, she was talking about Marlo. She said it tonight, like it really disturbed her, and I dig that. I dig that. She was like,
Okay.
listen, like all us can't be the same. Dr. Ivy Girl
Right.
said I came late, but right on time for the debate. Okay. And y'all know me. When it come to me, I'm always get to the facts. Just the facts. Don't tell me how you felt. What are the facts? Yeah, Nisa, she clutched all her pearls. She said Marlo up there talking about people private parts. I said, yes, honey, she did. She did. That's why I say so.
Well, look, Auntie, I when you was talking and I looked down and noticed Sister Kimberly's mic was muted, and I realized it wasn't muted by her. I had to go ahead and mute mine because I was dead.
You
And I
started
just
laughing.
well, I didn't want to laugh at because I didn't want her to because Kimberly kind of tough. I don't want
Yeah.
her to be up here ranting on me.
I know that's right. No, we gonna always keep it family. And I want everybody to keep good energy. Mimi say private parts. Yes, them private parts. Lala say that's right. The Florida reading handbook. That's child's play. Exactly. Yeah, mamas and everything on the table. Tell them, baby girl. Yeah, when we go in, ain't nobody safe. Nobody. And if we don't like you real bad, your children might get talked about. I'm just saying. So Marlo's mouth ain't never disturbed me, King Sankar. It's how angry she is. That's what really be getting
Hmm.
on my nerves with Marlo. It's like, why are you? Let me not say why are you angry. It was. I think the more accurate question from me to Marlo is, why haven't you done something about why you so angry?
Right. Right.
That's my thing. Like you run around here, you mad at everybody. You mad at the world. Mimi say I'm a rude and gutter Florida bitch. Oh Lord. You know, but it's okay. You know, it takes all kind. Say mama's cheering, granny's, everybody getting it. Oh my God. My child says she talking about the kids right after the mamas. Oh my. Y'all see what happened when y'all let y'all Florida relatives on the internet? Y'all see this?
What?
Do y'all see this?
They
I'm so
do. Yeah, you know what? Y'all Florida women do get like that because I remember mom. I remember my mom telling this lady her baby looked like Caesar from the Planet of the Apes.
oh no. Oh
What? Said it and stood there like she hadn't just said it. Like the woman, we like not to do nothing. That's
no.
Florida.
You know, that's why I say, you know, people like Marlo and Heavenly, they embarrass us. But if we gonna be real, that's how Floridians be acting.
Yeah.
You know.
You be embarrassed when you see yourself. See yourself and you see like, man, I really be like that.
Yeah. It's almost like first time you see it on TV, it's that feeling like where your heart skip a beat and your breath get caught in your throat. Like, did that really just happen? And it's
Mm-hmm.
like, yeah, that really just happened. High Vibe say Marlo is being rewarded for her angry behavior. She's got a peach. That's true, High Vibe. But okay, so let's be real. Don't you? Okay, maybe I'm tripping. If I'm tripping, y'all tell me I'm tripping. I'm not uncheckable. But I just feel like at what point do you get tired of being angry? Ain't you tired? The baby say, was you shaming your mama when she did
No, no, no. We laughed about. Look, we want. Look, I've been in Florida my whole life, so I'm used to it.
you wasn't even shamed. You
I wasn't
know,
saying. I laughed. It was
I'm trying
true. It was true. It wasn't no lie.
Oh man. Lord D say dead or live family members getting talked about. Florida, y'all oh Lord, y'all really showing out tonight in the chat. Obi say to answer Lala's question, if Kandi and Kenya go toe to toe, you know Kenya would mop the floor with homegirl. I don't know that. I don't know that. I don't think neither one of them can fight, but I don't know. I don't know who
I
I got in
I
that fight, Obi.
I got candy. I promise you, I got candy.
Yeah, I feel like Kandi might get her. I
I
feel
don't.
like I wouldn't
Anybody
put
that's ever
Kandi
been
up
on this
against no.
show,
Yeah, I wouldn't put Kandi up against no real fighters, but up against Kenya, yeah, I'll put $5 on Kandi.
anybody that's ever been on this show, I think is tagging Kenya.
Yeah, anybody. I mean, ain't nobody been on that show won't beat Kenya tail.
Cynthia
Lala,
gonna tear up.
Lala said Marlo reminds me of my kin. It's like going home. It is, and I think that's why some of us can see past the dirty words and just see that she's a hurt and angry person, and she's so freaking miserable. But tonight she was on point. Dana say everybody has a role on the show. That's what they pay them all for. Marlo doing her job. Yeah, that's true. Like I'm not saying that. Like y'all, please don't take me wrong. I'm not going after Marlo. I'm not out to get Marlo. Marlo is actually entertaining to me a whole lot of the time. But I feel like something about her having them children around, she tried to use them children for the storyline, but I think having them children around triggered something in her too. Because she been extra nasty. It ain't just putting on. Some of that nasty is just, yeah, she do have a stank attitude. She do. Lord D said Kandi got leprechaun arms. She do, she do. You stand too close, it might go down though. Hey Majay, hey Boo, hey Allie from Miami. Lord, Evie said Kenya who just screamed when all she did was scream when Portia rearranged her wig. Yeah, that is all she did now. That's
And
true.
with the blinking heavy when Phage was about to knock out the chair with that pocketbook.
Right. Hey DT. Lord. I hope all is well. I think it's a battle of how low can you go between cheesy coochie candy and Kennedy kumquat crunchy cabbage more. Leave it to
Ooh.
DT with these names. Oh, I'm through. I'm through. Randa Diva say the clear housewives get rewarded too. Teresa got notoriety for flipping the table. It's true, she did. They even schedule a season around her prison sentence. Let Marlo keep her angry peach. Yeah, I don't
Hmm.
mean for her to lose her peach, Randa. I just feel like Marlo don't have to be so angry all the time. If that clear woman up there in New Jersey want to be angry and flip tables, that's her business. I feel like Marlo could be better than that. That's all.
Right.
Marlo could be better than that. And the fact that she ain't trying to be better, that kind of confused me.
That's the upsetting
Marlo said
part.
in the confessional that she said she did say she was taking it out on Kenya because she can't take it out on the kids. Now that I did hear her say that. You heard her say that?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I don't know what to say. Marlo is a piece of work. Lala say, I just want to hear Kandi say, me wants me gold one time, one good time. I'm through. They really gonna say this lady got leprechaun arms. Not me wants me gold. Oh no, I'm through. Amy J said, why did Kenya come to the retreat and not stay in the house? It was Marlo's trip. Well, you know, anything Marlo do, she try to ruin it. You saw she was shady at her little fashion thing where she wanted to rent them clothes. And she was rude when Marlo tried to launch them wigs, come showing up with a one-man band talking about Kenya more hair care. Now she got to wait for everything from China.
Why would she say that?
I don't know. I was mad that Kenya said that about her own stuff. Obi
Right.
says she go below the kneecaps all the time and it's cringy. She could better. She could be better, and she knows it's true. Yeah, she does go below the kneecaps, but Obi, that's a Florida thing. You wouldn't understand.
Mm-hmm.
We go low. We go low, hon. We go
How
low.
low can you go?
Can you go down low? All the way to the floor? Okay, hey, just Jules. Marlo just needs some good D. Oh, really?
Oh man.
Well, that's how you really feel, Just Jules. Randa saying this is true. I wish Marlo would get the help she so desperately needs, so she could get some peace. Yeah, because she looked like peace ain't never been to her house.
Peace ain't never been still.
Peace don't know ain't been still. Peace ain't never texted her. Peace ain't never sent for her. Nothing. DT say cheesy coochie Kandi has longer arms than a leprechaun, but definitely got T-Rex arms. Really? T-Rex? Oh, you had to call to take a phone call, but I said private parts because last week I said D was not. Yes, no, I appreciate that. You listen. I'm not clowning because you said private parts. I was just saying like the fact that her saying private parts kind of got up under your nerves. That's how I knew you wasn't from Florida because we accustomed to people saying stuff like that. Even though
Mm.
I don't like it, we used to it. And there was a time when I would tell y'all about your private parts. I'm just saying, I wasn't born saved. Let's just be
Ow,
real.
ow.
Yeah, but you was good for saying private parts. I appreciate that. Actually, I truly appreciate it. But it was just I don't know. I feel like Marlo need to get it together, but she gave old Kenya what she needed this go round. I was really interested, King Sankara, to see what rebuttal Kenya was gonna have for the uncut truth. Like, how do you rebut the fact that she done called you on your stuff?
Say less.
Say less. That's all she can say. Say less, girl. What you mean say less, girl? Not you with the hood saying. What you doing with the hood cliches, girl? Not you, Miss Bougie. What you doing with a hood cliche, Kenya?
That's Mr. Detroit.
Yeah, Miss Detroit. Miss Ashley Detroit.
Mm.
Dana say I have no sympathy for Kenya. Forget her. She started more mess than a little bit. Somebody need to call Portia back. Oh Lord, please don't call Portia back so she can drag about the head and start screaming herself. Amy J said, I'm team twirl, but that just didn't make any sense to me. It didn't. It didn't. Okay, this the thing. The baby say it's a low off until somebody want to fight. That's true. We just sit there and say the most terrible things to somebody swing.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody get tired and swing. Right. She does hide her hurt behind them labels. She do. And we need to get her some help. You see how they clowning in the chat? Lala talking about they go low, we go to Hades and scrub the ground with it. I'm through. Hey, Shanika, see, you see what your sisters is putting me through in this chat. They doing it to me tonight. Sis said, "Don't get under my skin. I just think it isn't a read." I get what you're saying. Yeah, that's not a read, and that's what I said the other week. Marlo don't read. Marlo roast. Reading and
Mm-hmm.
roasting are two different things. I know a lot of people don't really understand the roast. Floridians, we roast. we will roast you to death. We will roast you clear to hell.
Until the
And
meat is
that's what
darkened.
Marlo does. Marlo is a roaster. She's not a reader. But what she did tonight, she did not roast. She kept her cool. There was no insult thrown. And she still ate that heifer up. Deborah say, yes, she is. Yes, she is. Or I guess you're saying it is Marlo's trip, and I'm glad she's going to run it as she sees fit. Exactly. Now, that was the other thing I was going to hit on, Deborah. Thank you for bringing it on back. Did y'all notice how Kenya gonna ask the ladies, well, what do y'all feel about that? Do y'all feel the same way? Like they had a vote or something. I was trying to understand what was the point of asking them how they feel.
Because she doesn't see Marlo on her level. Yeah, she still looks at Marlo as the girl without the peach on the show. So
Mm-hmm.
she was trying to get them to support her, and kind of like ambush the ladies' trip, in my opinion.
Right.
Because you were already, and I like that they showed those text. I don't know if Kandi provided the text messages to the people or whatever, but I like that they showed that you were asking, were the people asking about you? So you came there looking for something, and you thought
Yeah.
you feel like you the show, and it
Yeah,
doesn't
because
go
she
on
told us
without you.
she did say she the moment.
Yeah,
Right.
she's the
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire. I don't know about that. Send it to me, Obi. Email it to me. You got my email. Say Kenya definitely so salty about Marlo's peach. Yeah, don't be salty, honey.
Uh
Everybody
huh.
done dealt with you having that ashy peach. It'll be all right. Escamada say Marlo is a gagger and a roaster. Facts. When it's light, it's a gag. When it's below the belt, she roasting. Simple. Simple as
Hmm.
that. You say there's always a group opinion when it comes to Drew's behavior. How so, sis? I don't understand. You know what she means, King Sankar?
I think she's trying to say that they gang up on Drew. I get that's what I'm trying to
I
make it make sense.
Okay,
But
if that's what you're saying, Kim, we agree. They do gang up on Drew. It's always a group opinion. But what I picked up from when Kenya said that, it was like she thought the group was gonna tell Marlo that she would be participating. And Marlo was like, nah, boo, not having it. My trip, you ain't staying at the house, you ain't filming.
and I
Oh,
like
okay, Obi. Mhm.
I like that. I like that, and I liked the Marlo and Kenya moment at the table.
Oh
Those are
yeah.
actually my two favorite moments in this
Yeah, it saved
episode.
it. It saved the episode because
Hmm.
the rest of this episode was filler and like a little bit of stuff here and there. Amy J said Kenya tried to come in and run Marlo's trip, and I ain't like that. And I do agree. I do agree. Marlo doesn't like Kenya. Yeah, Marlo don't like Kenya. I think she tried to like her, but Kenya keep lying because I believe she lied about being sick too.
You think she lied?
Yeah, that
See,
heifer
now
lied.
I believe her, Auntie, but I don't think it. See, Kenya, what I know Kenya lied about is the
Mhm.
fact that you mad that she called you a liar about being sick. That's not your issue. I think Marlo doesn't like Kenya, and I think Kenya doesn't like Marlo, and that's perfectly fine. And y'all ain't got to fake it or try to be friends or be friendly.
Yeah, none of that.
Just coexist in this little space.
And let that be that. That's all they
But
got to do.
see, but Kenya has that this is a job mentality, and I'm coming to this trip to collect the check.
There
And I
you go.
like how Marlo was saying, "Nah, you ain't gonna collect the check on my trip. If you
Yeah.
gonna collect it, you gonna be with us, and your baby can come."
Right. Now I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this because I told Eva that I don't know that I would have did that to Kenya. Even though Kenya was trying to show her behind, I just would have checked her every time she opened her mouth. I don't know that I would have told her if you don't stay at the house, then you can't film. I don't think I would have told her that. Kim said, I
You
got
don't
no
think you
issues
would?
with Marlo telling her about the house. Right. I remember you said that, Kim. And I agree. I don't necessarily have a problem with Marlo saying it. I actually dig where she coming from. I like that she defended her position and she defended her position well, which, was right, was on point. But if I'm gonna be honest, I don't know if I would have told her that. For one, well, for a couple of reasons. One reason, she got her baby, and if you feel like you want to have your baby in a separate house, that's fine with me. It ain't like I'm dying to be around you anyway. I'm not dying to be around you. That's number one. Number two, I would have felt like, I'm not gonna mess with your check. Cause it ain't like you trying to come for my check. You just being irritating. I just would have checked her at every turn. I don't know that I would have just, blocked her bag and like, if you don't do this, then you can't be there. I don't know that I would have done that. But I don't disagree with her doing it because I understand her point too.
Yeah, I don't think
No,
I would have done it, but I like the fact that she did it.
yeah, I respect it. This girl talking about you can't get paid off me. Lord, Yvette say, remember Kenya gave Marlo that tiny room? She did. She did.
Oh yeah.
Escamanda say, I think Kenya lied. It made for better TV for her not to show up than for her to be there. She was producing. Maybe she was. Maybe she was producing. It's possible. I just like just me being me. I don't know that I would have told that girl she couldn't have filmed. I don't know if I'd have did that.
See, no, I can't believe I'm disagreeing with my brother and my auntie over here, but I really think that lady was sick.
I believe she had a stuffy nose.
Yeah, I
I
don't
don't
think she
believe it
was
was
sick.
enough to keep her
Sick.
home, and she was still going anywhere else she wanted to go because, as she said, you laying up there in full glam, but you so sick. Dina said, I still believe Kenya had a surrogate. She posted a flat belly 3 weeks after a so-called C-section. Now, Dina, I don't know, girl. I got to go see the pictures. I got to go see it. Maybe she had a band on. Remember how Big Mama and them used to do us after we had them children? They'd wrap your belly up so tight you couldn't breathe. Maybe they put a band on her so she could try to get her shape back. Maybe that's why it was flat. Listen, I'm reaching now. I don't know if I'm right. I'm trying to reach for her. He would say Kenya brought the baby just so she could have a reason not to stay in the house. It's
Mm.
possible. I agree with that. It's possible.
I believe that now that she's saying that because remember last year the excuse was she had just met the nanny and she didn't want to leave her with a nanny that she just met. Well, that's been a little over a year from now. So I do think she brought the baby just so she that baby is an, that's using it as an excuse so that you didn't have to stay in the house because you didn't want to stay in the house because you were uncomfortable with Marlo.
Yeah. That's true. That's true. But I did like the fact that Marlo kind of extended and was like, your baby is more than welcome. The house is huge. The baby is more than welcome. Now, what I did also catch was when she was like, well, what y'all feel about that? And Kandi was like, well, we would like you to stay in the house. Kandi was not letting up because Kandi was still salty that you pointed out how she did you last year.
Mm. But see, can't I was so but I didn't even think about it until you and Kimberly was up here talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
Candy last year, if you remember, when they were on the Sprinter, and
Uh-huh.
everybody had first discovered that Brooklyn was coming to the trip. Candy was on there. Well, she don't know the nanny, and she don't have nobody to support. And
Yeah.
flip the book to the next page, and she in there crying. In that, I got a baby too, and my baby, and I'm
Yeah.
worried about the connect. Kenya was validated in being upset with you in that moment
She
because
did.
apparently you were supporting this lady to her and then getting around and talking mess about her doing it when you got there. And now Kimberly saying she went on there saying it was
That
just
it was
about the check.
right, but that's what Kandi said on the speak on it. But we all know Kandi be lying through her teeth on that speak on it.
Right.
Auntie,
Yeah,
Auntie Eva say, I just caught up to the episode. Marlo did shut Kenya down with her acknowledgments. It looked like Kenya wanted to rally the ladies against Marlo, but they sat quietly. Right. I feel like she was hoping that she could provoke Marlo into an argument so she could say, look, the big bad Marlo is attacking me, and it didn't work out. Marlo gave her that cool Aquarius energy. Like she hit her with it bad. And that's why I was like, oh, when a real Aquarius meet a fake Aquarius. This was like this. I'm telling you, this was like celebrity grudge match. It really was. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. My only critique for the grudge match was that I would have liked it if Kenya had some kind of rebuttal other than say less. I'm like, girl, after all this time, you finally got to go Aqua versus Aqua, and all you came up with was say less. That was embarrassing. That was
but
that was
she trying to play the good girl role this year.
yeah, but here's the thing: she could only be the good girl if Marlo gave her a bad girl to work against. Marlo just gave her straight facts.
But she wasn't expecting that because her whole thing was you've done this to me and you said this about me and this is why I can't I accept your love or whatever. And
Yeah.
when you don't give her what she's expecting, and know your baby's welcome,
Right.
then
Right. She don't pivot well.
right,
Mm.
it wasn't part of the plan.
Now Deborah is on point. Marlo should have never switched up last season, sucking up the Kenya. She sure shouldn't have. Sure
Mm.
shouldn't have now. But you know she had did that before. When they remember when they had that whole scene where she was following Nene, showing out with Nene behind Kenya.
Mm-hmm.
Audrey said we never saw any pregnancy photo shoot from Kenya for someone who wanted this baby so bad. Why not? I think she had a surrogate. Y'all really think she didn't carry that baby for real? Ooh.
I think she carried it. I don't think.
That
I ain't
was
gonna
really
say.
her egg, like Nene said. Because a lot of people
Yeah,
been saying that wasn't none of her egg.
I heard it could have possibly been her cousin that used to go on
That's
the
what
show
I
with
heard.
her.
That it was either the cousin or
Mm,
the auntie, but I don't know that. That's why I don't say that. Because I have heard it now more than once. But
allegedly.
I don't,
Yeah.
I hate to even really say that. But Lord, Deborah says she would have blocked her bag with the quickness. But listen, the reason why I felt like it's very possible that she might have borrowed an egg or two, which is nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, it's
Like,
not
I don't
wrong.
know why that's a point of shame. I don't know why she felt like she would need to hide it. I don't know why anybody would pick at her for it. Anybody who under anything about in vitro, understand anything about it, is this. Okay. Number one, a lot of times in vitro fails. Sometimes them ladies have 3, 4 eggs implanted at a time and don't none of them take. You dig what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So if she had to use more than one egg and she only had, as she says, one egg left, right? If that one didn't take and she had to use somebody else's, I wouldn't shame her for that. You still got the opportunity. I believe she carried the baby. I could be dumb, but I really believe that at least she had the opportunity to carry a baby and know what it feels like to carry a child and be a mother.
Right.
That's the thing. So if you got to be a mama, baby, be a mama. And the other reason I think she was a mama, because she sure picked up that weight. Kenya was over there giving us Miss Piggy action all the way. All the way. You remember how plump she got? Even her nose
Oh
got
yeah, she definitely carried that baby.
right.
She definitely carried. But we talking about Kenya who still not comfortable with herself enough to say she had a booty job.
Or that she wears contact lenses, or that she will slap a wig on until she got drunk and kept it real.
Yeah, she kept it real when she got. Well, no, actually, Marlo helped out. Remember before then,
Yeah.
Marlo called her out, and she just had to go ahead and admit it.
Well, she tried to lie first, and then Tanya Sam brought that wig down there with them girls, and that's what really busted her out. Because when
Right.
Marlo called it out, she tried to play it off.
No, I'm talking about this season. Remember,
Oh, this season, she
she
was like,
told her about that busted wig,
yeah. Yeah, but
and she had that.
but she owned up to it though. You know what I'm saying? By now,
Yeah, that's what
everybody
I'm
knows she
saying.
a well wig, and she done been
So,
embarrassed with it, so ain't no point in lying about it no more.
so it might come gradually. Next, it'll be, yeah, yeah, I did have my booty done, but I was young.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, there's nothing wrong with that.
Right,
Alice says, I heard it was a donor egg. IVF is super expensive and doesn't work. That's my point. It doesn't work all the time. If she had to use a donor egg, then kudos to her. You got your baby, girl.
hmm
Say, I don't know if she brought the egg or carried the baby. Remember, that's what I'm saying. She really got big for real in real life. So I believe she carried that baby. Kim said, why do people question how Brooklyn got here as her child, period, like Blaze is Candace? I don't think they question how she got there. I think what happens, Kim, is like people end up focusing on the fact that Kenya always try to put this glossy cover on everything instead of just being transparent. It's like people always go looking for the truth when they always catch you lying. If Kenya would just say, look, I got my baby, it ain't y'all business, I don't think people would have been looking into it that much, to be honest. But I feel like even if she had to do that, or somebody carried that baby for her, I don't think it's nothing wrong. But I do, just honestly, if you ask me, I believe she carried that baby. Yeah, that booty is over there looking terrible now. It is.
Ooh, that's
Lala say
terrible.
even her toes was pregnant. Yeah, I believe that, because that girl was, she was she was looking real pregnant. Every part of her body, even her wrist, everything. Said it was IVF and Mark's sperm, but she carried it pregnant. Right, but you can have IVF with your own eggs. My thing is she's a mama. And from what we can tell, it looked like she a pretty decent mama.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was her own surrogate. There you go. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Randa said she was pregnant on the show one season and she claimed Nene called her baby a buffalo. Right. And Nene ain't called her baby no buffalo. She was like, "Are you carrying a buffalo?" She was referring to how big she was. And she
Right.
tried to flip it like she always do with her lion self. It's just what she do. Hey, Red Majestic Diva. Lord, Annie Gant say the lady will never own up to her booty. You got to own up to the booty. You got to
She,
own up to the booty.
I have faith in her. She'll
I
own it
got
one day.
faith in her. One day, it's
Mm.
slowly coming loose. Obi say, yeah, her eggs and Mark's sperm because people are making it seem like it's someone else's. My thing is, Obi, like at the end of the day, and this is really all I got to say about that. Whether it was her egg or whether it was a donor egg, that's still her baby. That's the bottom
Mm.
line. No matter who she got the egg from, whether it was her one egg or she got a dozen of eggs from the AMP, that is her baby. Period. That's her baby. Now she the mama. When that baby get up in the middle of the night talking about she's scared, she going to Kenya's room. She ain't going to nobody else's. Period. Dina said exactly. Had she told the truth, it would have made for a better storyline. Exactly. That's my whole point. I feel like Kenya missed so many opportunities for people to actually identify with her because
Hmm.
she won't be real. Like you keep putting out BS and delusions, and your fans is confused while the rest of us is calling bullcrap all the time because you keep giving us bullcrap. Yeah, but she's a good mama. That's the only thing that matters. That's it. Yeah, it's slowly coming loose, Randa. The bullcrap, the stick up in her behind, it was wedged in there, and that thing is slowly coming out. I see it. She about to give birth the second time to that stick.
To the
Say because
truth.
she couldn't give no genetics to the baby. That but it takes more than genetics to be a mama. It takes more than genetics to be a mama. Period. So on that note, I'ma leave that one because I feel like that girl is a good mama. Did you see how polite that little girl was? She didn't have to
She
tell her what to say. She just reminded her, like, girl, that ain't how you ask for stuff. And little
she
Miss
is.
Mama got right on point.
She is. I appreciated that. And you know what? Because I have a child in that age range.
Mm-hmm.
For you to say it to her and for her to straighten up like that, that lets you know that that's not something you just doing for the camera. That's something
There
that you're
you go.
practicing.
That's why I said she didn't have to tell her what to say. The minute she reminded little Miss Mamas that she was off, Miss Brooklyn got right back on. I
But
said,
did,
okay, you've been being corrected at the house all the time.
but
She
Auntie, did
used
you
to
catch
doing it.
something else?
What it?
You caught something else in that scene?
What, the fact that them children don't know each other? What it?
Not just that. Do you remember Kandi was sitting there? Now you got a 2-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
You sitting at this place. Granted, yeah, you got cameras and stuff, but people are sneaky and they creepy. And you gonna sit there talking to kids. Where's Blaze at? Where's Blaze? But I didn't see you get up off your tail one time to go look for Blaze.
Nope.
Kenya sent Brooklyn over there to go find her. And
Yeah.
Brooklyn don't know. I was surprised that she didn't bring back the wrong child.
Now you know what? I gotta go back and look at it again. And what I think is cute is the fact that we didn't see Kandi really move till Kenya started moving behind her child. I think Kandi got shamed into being a better mama.
Kenya told her to get up. Come on.
Yeah. While you sitting up here talking about Marlo, let's move.
And you've been praying for Kenya all this. Now,
Yeah. This the first time I ever heard Kandi say the word pray. I done heard her say a lot of words that start with P, but pray wasn't there one of them.
uh-huh. Never.
Lala say, yeah, she's doing a good job with Brooklyn. She's very well mannered, and you can tell she's a happy child. Yeah, that baby look happy every time you see her. Her little clothes is neat and clean. She just as cute as she can be, waddling her little tail around there with them little legs. I say, look at it. Yeah, and you can tell she really loves that little girl. She really does. Mm-hmm. Right, Candy ain't used to taking care of that baby. She be leaving her on Todd. You caught that too, Auntie Eva.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Candy was sitting down lazy. You can tell she a lazy mama. I'm sorry. Yes, she do seem detached from that baby. She
And that's why she
does.
was crying up there in South Carolina, talking about that's the child she worried about not having a connection with.
But how? When the child looked just like you and Todd, when that baby came out, she looked like they had put transposed Kandi face on the infant.
Mm-hmm.
When I first seen them pictures, I said, "Yes, sir, that's Kandi child." It wasn't
That
no question.
yeah, that was now that definitely was her. That was him and her all together.
Yes, God. Neither one of them
More,
can't lie about that baby.
it looks more like them than the one that she actually gave birth to from him. Uh,
Yeah. Well, that little
delivered.
boy looked like Todd too. His head came. Ooh, he got his daddy head. That's all I'm gonna
He
say.
he favors grandma a lot.
He do. He do.
But
It's
Todd looked
true.
like his mama.
He do. Auntie Eva say Kandi used to a nanny or Todd taking care of them young children. See, but that's not good. That ain't good at all.
Mm.
That ain't
Kim
good at all.
Zodiac Kim Zodiac told us that back in the day when she let Candy know, I take care of my kids. You got a nanny.
Ooh, she did say that.
Mm-hmm.
Lala said, I told you earlier, Kandi is a part-time mama. If you think about it, she got a tendency to treat her family like they her employees, even though half of them staying with Tiny Todd. Child. That's why I was not here for her trying to shame Marlo for saying she need a break.
Mm.
I wasn't feeling that. I was actually glad that Drew said something sensible, which is that is a single woman with two boys by herself. Yeah, she need a break. Two full grown Negroes at that. They ain't no little toddlers.
And
I just huh?
you notice Drew was the only one that actually, I appreciated her getting up in the confessional and speaking on how it does take a village for a child, and that she would be willing, her and her husband
Yes, I
would be
love
willing.
that. I
Yeah,
did. Drew, let me tell you something. Drew growing on me this season, just a little
she
bit. She's
is.
still kind of dizzy and irritating, but Drew growing on me a lot because
And
I
them
did
picking on
think
her.
that she said, you know what, and I'm willing to help. And I just say she think Kandi feel guilty not carrying Blaze. Maybe, but she
Could be.
couldn't. That might have messed up her health or something. They say she couldn't do it again. Dina say Kandi has nannies while she filming the shot and try to take over the world. Right, but meanwhile trying to shame a single woman with two big halfway grown boys by herself for needing a break. And these children are not just children that's happy and healthy and well adjusted. These are children that have emotional issues, anger issues, and everything else. And the fact that Marlo is a patient herself, whether she done checked in or not. So it would stand the reason that she would need a break. Like I'm sorry. Using them for
Yeah,
filming, I don't agree with. Taking a break so that you don't end up doing more harm than good, I do agree with. Hey, Sin
right.
City say he looked like Patrick. Who is Patrick? I
You
don't know.
talking about
You have to,
Patrick from SpongeBob?
I don't know. I know. I hope we're not saying the baby looked like a cartoon character.
Oh,
Deborah
she was
say
talking about the
Carrie
baby.
wasn't
Oh,
paying no attention to where Blaze was, huh?
I didn't know she was talking about the baby.
I hope not. I love Sin City. Oh, she is talking about Ace. Lord have mercy. Um, Evie say they don't like Drew because she ain't hateful in her spirit. That might be what it is. Drew is not hateful. She's not hateful, but she do need to quit lying. She do need to quit lying. If she up here around witches and everything, be careful. You need to be prayerful. Don't be lying because one of them be gonna be done got you. Oh, Patrick is one of Candace's cousins. She say, okay, I don't know him.
Oh,
Lala say Kandi lacks the compassion gene, but it's always the first to break out her billy goat tears. Make it make sense. Right. She has no compassion for anybody, no understanding. It's just not cute. Alice says, why are we surprised about Candy's mothering? Remember, Riley called out Kandi about being busy and not around. Look, when y'all write, you right.
but you
Mm-hmm.
know what the problem with that is?
What it?
Riley called her out about that years ago, and
Yep.
Candy sat there in front of Marlo and Sheree and said, my family tell me that they don't get enough." So that lets me know that your child came to you, your firstborn child came to you and said that she didn't feel like she was getting enough time from you. You had two other children, and years later you still haven't worked on rectifying the situation, but you can acknowledge that it exists.
Yeah, she acknowledged that it existed and went on to have a whole nother baby that you ain't got time for. And you still can't understand how a woman who ain't never signed up to be a mama might need a break. You get a break
Mm,
all the time because you ain't never got time to be mama.
right. Or a single woman
A
who
single woman
had,
with no children and her own emotional issues, you can't understand or sympathize that sister might need a break.
but I'm even talking about Kenya with her issues, with Kenya bringing her baby with her
Yeah,
everywhere she goes. Kenya is a single woman who doesn't have the best mother-daughter relationship of her own,
yeah, and
and
she don't have that type of a village to support her like that. And Kenya
right.
still need to work and make her money. I like that Kenya be serious about making her money. I respect the hell out of that. And I also
Hmm.
respect that work or no work, she still got to be mama.
Right.
I'm sorry. Now I might not like that heifer, but I like that about her. Being a mama is more important than anything.
You liking her a little bit more every episode.
Not I don't know about that now. But you
She.
know what though, being real, I said that about her last season. I like that she's a good mama. I ain't gotta like
Hmm.
you to tell the truth on you. Unlike some people, me disliking you ain't gonna make me lie on you.
She
That
does
girl
come
is a
across
good
as
mama
one of the. I'm trying. Well, I don't know. I can't remember that well, but she's come off as one of the best mamas I've seen.
on the show.
On the show. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Drew does try, but they keep picking on her. They true. That's true. And I feel like some of Drew lying be coming from the fact that she feels picked on. But I
Hmm.
want her to just say, you know what, whether you like it or not, this just what it is. Hey, Charlene. Charlene say Kandi gives me she only has kids for the image just to say she has kids. I don't get a nurturing maternal energy from her. I don't either.
Do you think she only has time for the image?
I think that Kandi is so self-absorbed, she don't realize that them babies need a little bit more of their mama.
Mm. So do you think she has the same thing? Do you think her and Marlo are like with they feel like the money that they can provide people can substitute the actual affection that people need to feel from them?
Well, I'm gonna say this. What I believe is they in the same boat, except for the fact that Kandi is not damaged as much as Marlo, because we all got our own form of damage. Let's be honest, ain't nobody perfect.
Right.
But I feel like Kandi is less damaged and she's more aware of the fact that those children need more. So she tries to set up other people to be there to give those children what she's not giving them. She's providing the money, and she feels like if I
Oh.
put you with people who's giving you affection, then it's the same thing.
So you think she's
Marlo doesn't
strategic?
even, and I feel like Marlo doesn't even understand the affection side of it at all. She doesn't understand to put somebody there to do it. She thinks that she's actually doing it with the money. I don't think Marlo understands or has enough awareness to know that that's what these babies need. See, that's the difference. Kandi actually knows full well what the hell them children need. She just not willing to provide it. She'll try to get other people to provide it and figure that's good enough. I still made sure you had it.
Which would
Marlo
make
doesn't even understand.
Candy worse in the situation. Cause,
Exactly. You're
cause
worse
she's
because you actually know that's what's needed. You don't want it to touch you, that's what you're doing because you know that you should be giving that to them babies, but you're too busy doing your own thing. And it's one of those
okay.
things that we find out as mothers. Because I've been a mama a long time. I ain't gonna tell y'all how long I've been been mothering. However, one of the first things we find out as mothers is that everything we need and want becomes second place to what that child needs. Everything we ever thought we needed, wanted for ourselves, wanted to do, even sometimes career opportunities, all that takes a back seat to the needs of that child so that child can be healthy, well adjusted, and turn out to be well rounded, well developed people. And some ladies, I ain't gonna say they don't need to be no mamas, but I'm gonna sure say they need to think about it twice. I'm serious. If you're not prepared to put yourself last, baby, forget about it. If you're
Mm.
not prepared to put yourself last, forget about it. Pure and simple. Because the minute these children come here, that is your new boss. That's your boss that you have to teach and put on punishment and restrictions and stuff, but that's your new boss. And a lot of people ain't ready to do that. Hey, Kandi. How is the baby?
What's up?
Yeah, Cynthia was a decent mama. She was pretty good. She was pretty
She
good.
she had some questionable
In my
moments.
opinion, Cynthia's mothering left a little bit to be desired, but I ain't trying to judge her. I ain't trying to judge her.
She had some questionable moments.
She had some questionable moments with the parenting for me.
Cynthia gave me the "I want to be your friend" type of mama.
Right. And that ain't
Mm.
what Kenya giving off. Kenya giving off mama.
Mm-hmm.
And I can tell you for doggone show, my children can tell you, one of them in the chat, I ain't your friend. I am not your friend. I am a tooth chipper, but I am not your friend. Now I sit up and laugh with you and pet on you and love on you, but I will also tear your rump up because I'm your mother. I'm not your buddy. I'm not your homie. I ain't none of them people. Cynthia definitely gave me friend.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You remember when she was
She,
13 and she wanted to bring the she was promoting her daughter's little 13-year-old relationship
yeah.
and went to crying like she got a bad call by her mama when Nene was trying to give her some advice.
Yeah, when she really should have listened.
Mm-hmm.
All of that kind of bothered me. It did. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna hold you with that one. That bothered me. That's why I said Cynthia wasn't a bad mama, but she left a lot to be lacking in my opinion. She left a lot
Mm-hmm.
lacking. Mm-hmm. Right. Child, just Jules JG just brought that up. Cynthia did allow that girl to date at 13. It was a lot. Yeah, Phaedra's children seem real well mannered too. That's true, Dean. That's another one you could tell take up a lot of time with her kids.
And I believe Phaedra tapped that behind. Phaedra give me she'll tap that behind if it's
Well, you know,
necessary.
Phaedra one of them preacher kids, so you know them children getting popped.
Mm-hmm.
Probably getting them church pinches.
Oh, ain't nothing worse than a church pinch.
No, for real. That church pinches is the business. So now let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. Overall, because I feel like Kandi was the absolute worst person this whole episode.
The worst.
Kandi really was. Do you think she was trying to get everybody to attack Marlo, or do you think it was just a matter of she didn't have nothing to talk about, so she was gonna make Marlo the topic of discussion?
Look, Kandi is a very passive aggressive personality. And when she doesn't like you, she does a good job of communicating with you and making you feel like she has no issue with you, but going back and starting mess with you. And I think her intention was first off to start some mess between Kenya and Marlo, because in her mind, Marlo was supposed to get all up in a big uproar because you say Kenya not coming to the trip. She didn't want to come anyways.
Yeah, and she didn't do it.
Right.
Yeah, she
You
didn't give
messed
it
up
to her.
with y'all. She was even you saw at the end. She was even trying to get Drew riled up for when Sonya come.
Yeah, she did, and that didn't work because Drew was just like, "I don't have a problem with her."
Right.
It didn't work. You're right. Come to think of it, she was trying to start some drama anywhere she could. That's Marty crazy. Talking about the church switch gap giving me PTSD. I don't trust the trees I guess he's saying around the church. You don't trust the trees around the church, Escamati, really?
They look. They helped us.
They did. You remember them dancing beatings? Hey,
Look,
y'all. You
Grandma,
know what
you
I'm talking about when I say a dancing beating. You know what a dancing beating is?
got your stumping and shouting. Felt like you feel.
Mm-mm.
Oh,
No, that ain't the dancing beating. That dancing beating is when they hold one hand in the air and then they whoop you while they holding that one hand so you can't go nowhere, and they make you like do the river dance and you be twirling around. That's what I
Oh,
call
that's
the dancing beat. Remember that one? Where they
do,
hold
do
your
I
hand up in
do
the
I
air.
remember? Look, I don't. It triggers me. Like Dream was triggered. I'm get.
I'm triggered. Oh my God.
That's
Obviously,
my
do you know
Miranda
the
right.
kid on the show that I'm scared for? And I tell you right now, it's not Candace. I just hope the father of that child come through. Who? Who Obi talking about?
Wait, hold on. What did he say?
Obi say, do you know the kid on the show that I'm scared for? And I tell you, it's not Candace. Are you talking about Drew's son that they want Ralph to adopt? Is that who you're talking about?
No, I'm not scared for him.
I'm not either. I think he'll be just fine.
Yeah,
I just wish his mama would stop that being ditzy.
right.
That's all. That's the only thing I wish. Lala say them church pinches will hurt your soul. They do, because they always catch you on the soft part, the fat meat on the back of your arm. Yes, U.S. Army Brad, the dancing beating have you dangling. Yes, ain't nothing like it. Oh, you talking about Pilar? Yeah, I'm not afraid for Pilar. I think Portia will fight anybody or bite them about that girl. I think she's okay. I don't think nobody gonna get anywhere near Pilar. U.S.
Game
Army
over.
say you better get in front of the whipping line or you'll be sorry. Yes, don't be the first one though. Try to be number 2 or number 3. Don't ever be the first person in the whipping line. Just word for the wise and the kids listening. Auntie Eva say dance and beating when you talk to the rhythm of the hits while you being held down. No. That's not a dancing beating. That's just standard operating procedure for black mamas. They got to talk you through the whipping. Got to. Escamati say, so y'all moms ain't never take you out the church, grab a twig and beat you down. I had to walk back, holding your tears. Oh no, my mama carried her switches in her purse.
Look, I was about to say, my mama came to the school,
Yeah,
told me up
the
and sent
switch
me
was in
back
the
to class.
pocketbook. Lord, Miss Gigi say passive aggressive is a good clinical word. That heifer is sly as a snake and always in money mode. She is. Girl, listen, Allie, do you really believe Ralph writing a book about parenting? I feel like Ralph lying. You believe he really writing that book about parenting?
He might. No, talking about the step parenting book? No. I think that's a
Drew
book.
husband. Yeah, I don't believe Drew husband writing no book. He just talking.
Mm-hmm.
Lala say I've definitely done the Cupid shuffle a time or two with them dancing, beating, bunny hopping, all that. Mine was always like the river dance or like pops from the Wayans brothers, that sugar pop dance.
Mm-hmm.
Said no, we got it right there in front of everybody. Yeah, you got to get it in front of everybody. It ain't gonna take you nowhere. Obi said writing a book about stepfather and when he hasn't adopted his stepchild yet. Weird. Exactly. That's why I say I don't believe Ralph writing no book. They just lying. They ain't doing nothing but lying. So now let me ask this question because I know I'm being silly and I don't care if y'all laugh at me. What did Sheree bring this episode other than the boot? I'm gonna wait
She
right here.
may or may not have passed gas in the car.
Wait a minute. You said she may or may not have passed gas in the car.
Yeah, she may or may not have.
Mm.
That's what
The
that's
only thing
I
I
forgot
could
about.
see. Mm?
I forgot about the boot until you said that. I just remember her steady saying she ain't passed gas, and I ain't. You lying? I ain't passed gas.
Oh Lord. Yeah, I don't know about Sheree. I didn't get nothing from her. I ain't get nothing from her at all. Lord, Dana say absolutely nothing. And Dina say Candy's a typical Taurus. Money is everything to us. Well, not me. I mean, one of my favorite little cousins is a Taurus. She like money, but she not snake like and nasty. Say she by herself was the highest rated episode and it was focused on her. Well, what happened this episode, Obi? Right, pop, 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 sugar pop. That's how I was dancing when Emily had my hand dangling in the air. I was doing that one. Say Sheree brought nothing as usual. I'm through. And Eva say plot twist, it was the driver that passed gas. Lord, Alice say I believe Ralph writing the book as much as I believe Kenya's booty is real. Well, then that there goes that. Say Sheree ain't brought anything the whole season, in my opinion, and mine too, Obi, mine too. So listen, I'm gonna let this StreamYard slide through here one more good time. If y'all got anything else to add, I'm gonna read a few more comments and then I'm gonna give y'all good black folks y'all evening back. is what I'm gonna do. Let me make sure I ain't missing no comments because they be coming in quick, and then I be trying to catch up, and I miss half of them.
Mm-hmm.
And it'd be crazy because I'm running my mouth, but I'm trying not to miss nothing nobody's saying.
Oh,
Oh,
Auntie, you know I got to say this because I had to hit you up when this happened.
okay. Oh yeah.
I
Ah.
passed I passed away and came back after 3 minutes
Oh no.
when Marlo told that woman, her sister, I'm gonna wire you the money tomorrow. I said, now why you said that on the camera? Just
For them
send her
people to hear you.
just send her. But you know what? When she came back later and say her sister had moved from a 2 bedroom to a 3 bedroom, I said, okay, but that's probably what the money was for. But she still should have said that behind the scenes.
Yeah, she shouldn't have said. It's like Marlo don't know what to say in front of the camera, or she just I don't know. I don't want to believe she that ignorant, but maybe she is.
You know, is giving me chemical imbalance, not a major one,
But
but
yeah,
just
well, she clearly imbalanced.
yeah. You don't. She doesn't know social cues. I don't believe.
Yeah, for her to say that, I was just like, Jesus.
And your
Like
sister,
her sister. Look,
people,
even say her
people,
sister rolled her eyes so hard.
right? And people are already judgmental because when your sister said she was 30, I said, wow. Then the next thing I heard, you know, you tell them when we gonna wire some money,
Yeah, Marlo just be talking. She don't even think about how it sound or nothing.
right? And Kandi, you ain't got to keep telling us you raised your cousin or your nephew, whoever he was. This
That
about
was
the fifth
But
time I
that
done
was
heard
her
it.
justification for why I'm judging Marlo so hard. Because I took him in and I had Riley, and you also had Help Hooker.
Right.
Alice, the RHOA needs to put up help wanted signs for readers. They do. They
Yeah.
do it. You could pay some of us to write them for you. Half them help us doing rehearsed reads anyway. We can give you better material.
Yeah. Kenya need to hire you.
And you know what? And I would gladly work for her too.
They-
Sure would. If she want to pay for some reads that don't fall flat, I got you, girl. Deborah say nothing at all. Sheree is a waste of camera time. Lord.
Hmm.
Mm-mm. Lord Lala say I'm gonna need Marlo to stop putting her family on blast. She put herself on blast too. That's the thing. I'm like, Lala, I really just feel like this girl do not know what to say out of her mouth.
Mm-mm.
She just say anything. She
Zero
did say
filter.
that I'm gonna give you some money. That sound like some of them old Negroes talking. I'm gonna wear you some money. Couldn't
Right.
you just hear that when she was talking? She didn't. I know on the show she said money, but I heard money. That's what I heard when she said. And I want you to go around there to the store and
Right.
tell Mr. Charlie to play my number. Like that's all I
Uh-huh.
heard. I was like so ignorant. Really? I'm gonna wear you some money.
And it came so
Why?
random. They was having a conversation and she just randomly said it.
Because she was like, it was almost like I've been meaning to tell you,
Yeah.
I'm gonna wire you some money. I said, oh my God. Hey,
But I did catch that sister roll her eyes.
hard. Lord, look at this baby. She said, my stew busting, by the way. I knew it was gonna be busted. My baby made her some stew.
Uh-oh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's a real Ocala girl, honey. She can
Uh,
she can burn.
That's another thing about Florida. Now they can cook.
Yes, sir. We play no games, take no prisoners. And it says she really don't be thinking. She don't. Just say anything. Just, oh my God. Hold on. Auntie, you would say Marlo lacks what my daddy used to say, preparatory thinking. That's what your daddy called it? My daddy called it good sense, and this health ain't got a lot. You say it was giving Rico vibes. I didn't get Rico from that. I got, you know, what was that thing Kev on stage said? I got Roydale and Alverstein from that, like just country and ignorant up here on national TV talking about I'm gonna wire you some money.
Who
I
even
didn't
talk
hear
like
nothing
that?
that was that it didn't even sound gangster. That sounded like some old Negro talk.
Right. Like you got the Western Union some money.
Yes, that's what I had in my head. And I know she meant probably she gonna go on, on her app on her phone to her bank account. And they call it a wire transfer. And I felt like that's what she meant, but that's exactly what I had in my head. King St. Cara was an old lady named Alverstein going down to the Western Union at the Winn-Dixie and got everything written on the paper. And she got to hand it to the people. Read, baby, can you put this on the form for like she was giving me old Negro all day. It was embarrassing. I'm like, you got it wrote down and tucked in your billfold too. Good
Right.
God.
Like she's somebody grandma from the 70s.
Yes. Oh, I say this is too much. Miss Kaiser Sose said, do you think Marlo will have a peach next year? Yeah, because they ain't got nobody else with a personality.
The money gram.
So I even say the money gram. You know it, because your grandmama and them wouldn't shame at all to see y'all go in there to the money gram. Woo! Yes. Lord Lala say, yes, like you a bookie. Them old people, they didn't care about embarrassing you. Send you in there and you wrote it down, or they would write it all down and tell you to go in there with the paper. They come in here with me, carry me over there to the store, and they come in there with the paper and hand it to the cashier. This the address and the name they give me. Put on there. Like it, I just expected her to start talking old ignorant Florida right there on the screen. I was so embarrassed.
Hey, look, and it'll be in your account directly.
It'll be no, not directly. You see, you two knew you talk proper. The money will be there directly.
Hey,
Who wiring money these days? You got Cash App, Venmo, Zelle, please. Why hasn't she sent money before now? 3 bedrooms for 7 people, 6 kids and 1 adult. I want to know why she talking about I'm going to wire you some money. Yes, the Western Union counter. Yes, Catherine. It's an Alverstein, a Maybell, a Lowenstein. It's somebody. It's one of them that went up in there to the Western Union counter. Hey, Juan. Lord, Juan say y'all seem to forget Marlo is country and low class. They got a few coins. LOL. She ain't that country one. That hooker from St. Pete. I'm from Ocala. I'm country. And you couldn't have paid me to get on them Clear People TV screen talking about I'm going to wire you some money. St. Pete is the city as far as Florida's concerned. That girl ain't that country for her to be up there doing that. I was so ashamed. Say, who you think going to be the final cut for season 15? Child, they need to cut the whole show. But I know one thing. I do believe Marlo going to have a peach because they ain't got nobody else to bring no foolishness, period. But if you ask me, cut the whole show. And especially cut it if y'all going to be having Marlo come up in there writing down stuff on a piece of brown paper bag, taking it to the Western Union counter. Please cut the show. Lala say my granny used to write me a note to bring to the corner store to buy her Winston 100s. I always felt like I was doing a transaction. Marlo was sounding like she'll send them boys down there to get her a Miller High Life with a note. That's what she sounded like. Just Jules say, flirted with 4 kids and she married. I hope she got some help. I hope she do too, but they didn't mention it, so I didn't ask. Obi say, let's be clear. Parent of 4 little kids, and Marlo dropped 2 more teenagers on her. Clearly, she accepted it because she had no choice being in Marlo low-key raised her. No, that's her sister, and she decided to help out because that's her sister children too.
Yeah, that's her nephew.
That's kind of what families do. We Southerners, honey. We all pitch in and see about them children. And when they bad, it's real common for one of us to take over when the child bad. That's kind of what we do. It's kind of our thing. But for real, one, I was just shamed. I couldn't believe she said that. King St. Cara gonna text me right when that lady said, I'm gonna wire you some money. God. Miss Kaiser say, so we gonna see Marlo and Kenya for sure. Exactly. Because they the only ones with the mess. Facts. That'll be all. And I don't know whether Kandi gonna stay or keep doing her spinoffs. But I want Marlo to stop that. Wire you some money. Don't wire nobody no. But stop that. Stop that.
I
Hey,
believe after they run off of this show, I think they're only doing the spinoff with Kandi for real. If they do renew it, I think they're trying to get Kandi up off of Housewives and leave on that spinoff. And as soon as she off of Housewives, let the spinoff drop off the map, and then just go and
they
get rid
probably
of
are. Say Marlo should have gave her $5K when she dropped the kids out. We don't know how much money she did give her. All we know is that she told her she was finna wire her some money. That's
it. And
all we know.
she might have been wiring her money.
She might have been giving her money the whole time. That's her baby sister.
Mm-hmm.
Catherine say Marlo gonna run numbers next week. Either that, Catherine, or she might send them children in there to go buy her a money order. You know them old people love a money order. Marlo might say, "Go get me a money order for $55.12."
Hey, look. I remember I was in college. My grandma used to. That was the only way she knew how to get me some money.
That was
Money
the only way. And they would,
go down there to the
yes.
quick
Remember
check.
they used to put that. Oh, what was the thing they used to put on there when you had to have it was like a secret question.
Oh yeah,
Oh, what was it?
the little security question thing.
Security question. Because I remember when I left home and I went to college in Atlanta. I was 17. And my mama would send me money. And because I was underage, she always had to put that security code. It was always a question. And I had to have an answer to the question to get the money my mama was whining to me.
Yeah.
Ellie from Miami say, so she'll be talking about Walmart to Walmart. Lord have mercy. She better not.
Grandma used to say, "Go, y'all got a quick check down there."
Oh, man. Juan said she wanted us to know she was still providing her some money, not knowing it was the dumbest statement ever. But, you know, that's how them old Negroes be acting, man. You know, I got a little money. You know, they come around me because I got a little money.
You
It was giving. It wasn't giving what she thought it gave. Like, I smelled all the deep heat and icy hot on that statement. And I ain't judging because, you know, y'all know I love me some menthol, some mentholated rubs. Nisi said couldn't forget the control number to collect said money too. Right, Nisi? Don't forget that control number now. And they got to tell you how much money be on it. Lord, the cat trying to get your food. Lord have mercy. My baby done went and got a new cat. Now the cat's trying to steal wigs, plates of food, everything. Have mercy. Listen, ain't nobody else had no other stuff they want to come up here and say. I sure hope Kimberly come back next week. I don't care what nobody say. Kim is my girl, and I hope Kim come back next week. Okay? Right, Miss Kaiser. So say Vix is your friend. I prefer being gay. I prefer being gay. Now, worst come to worst, give me that.
Being gay.
Lord, she said we cutting up. Man, Marlo started this with that I'm gonna wire you some money. Lala say next thing you know, when she talk about her bills, she gonna be talking about I'll put something on it. Yeah, I'm gonna put something on it. Or she gonna tell them make sure y'all stamp that paid in full. Yo, Marlo done embarrassed the hell out of us. I thought Dr. Heavenly was embarrassing for the state of Florida. And then here come Marlo. Here come Marlo. God darn it. Here come Marlo Hampton. Go on, girl.
She kind of redeemed herself in the end, though.
Yeah, she did, but she shouldn't have did that.
Hopefully they didn't pick up on it. You know, sometimes we pick up on things that other people skate.
That other people outside of our little cultural group don't quite get. Yeah,
and they ain't gonna bring it up, and they ain't gonna know what was going on.
Yeah, he don't. Now you know Andy done had money all his life. He don't know nothing about his big mama sending him nothing to the Western Union. He don't know nothing about going to the MoneyGram or the Western Union to pick up no money, no wire transfer.
Walking in the wind.
Ain't nobody. Yeah, going to the Winn-Dixie counter, the Western Union counter at the Winn-Dixie. He don't know nothing about that. So even though she said it, Andy ain't gonna pick up on it. He's so out of the loop. He's so out of the loop. He spent all his time imitating black women, baby, but he ain't never been one. So it's a lot of stuff that we say that go right over his head. He need a whole dictionary like a tourist, a black to English dictionary. That's what he need. Every time he talk to black folks, he don't never know what the hell we talking about.
Nene used to help him out.
Yeah, she did till they fell out, and he been lost in the sauce ever since.
Mm-hmm.
Because he ain't got no more black people tour guides. Lord, Evie say which is why he shouldn't be hosting. He sure shouldn't.
He can still host the other little clip. He just need to let somebody else do Potomac and Atlanta. Somebody that can identify with the subject matter.
Anytime it's a show with black folks, he don't need to be the one hosting. He don't know what they talking about. He don't understand half of the references. Everything goes over his head.
Mm-hmm.
Deborah said not a money order. Yeah, that's gonna be next episode. Marlo going to pick up her money orders where she could put all her bills in the mail. She got a roll of stamps right now. Wait to go. You know she got a roll of them forever stamps. Lala say exactly. Raggedy Andy would be quite perplexed. Oh yes. He don't understand nothing. He don't understand nothing. I bet you he understood them Hunter Biden videos because I heard Andy like a little snowfall himself.
He likes snow fighting.
I think he like a little snowfall, if he do say so himself.
Mm-hmm. Like
he might not understand nothing we talking about, but I bet you he understand that.
Frying chicken and smelling the powder.
That part, playing in the flour.
Mm-hmm.
And the confection of sugar. Woo, Domino it ain't. But listen, I ain't studying y'all. I'm finna go because y'all already finna start. Lala talking about Andy Coca-Cola. Yeah, Andy Coca-Cola. Heavenly just said some embarrassing stuff and asked, is that too much information? Have mercy. Have mercy. That's why I say we were shamed when Heavenly got on the screen. Marlo said, oh, y'all think that's ignorant? I can give you some more. I got more. You say, who should host the reunion? Let me see. Y'all, it's a lot of people. You could get some more to host the reunion. We ain't seen some more come out and do something like this in a long time, if ever. I would love to see some more back in the forefront. And I think it'll be entertaining if we let some more host it.
Yeah.
Let me see. Who else could be a good host for the reunion? Now they could let Nene host it. I would watch that. Could you imagine that? If they let Nene host the reunion.
You know, and they should do it as a surprise host.
Yep, surprise host. Bring out Nene.
And let Kinga sit right down her little seat and add a camera
and bring Nene out.
Have the camera right on Kenya and Kandi face when she come out.
Yeah, that'll kill them. Let me see who else would be a good person to host the reunion. They can let Portia host the reunion.
That Phaedra's real well spoken.
Phaedra could host the reunion.
Mm-hmm. And she would be good. How to question.
New York, Tiffany Pollard. They could let her host the reunion.
Now you know that.
Hey, I'll watch it. Yo, now this is a good one. Miss Kaiser Sose say Tammy Roman. Hell yes.
Oh, now that would be good.
Let Tammy host the reunion. That'll get it for me. That will get it for me.
That would be good. That'll be entertaining.
Or what if Uncle Clifford hosts the reunion?
Who is that?
From P Valley.
Oh yeah, I don't watch P Valley.
Oh, I love P Valley, and I'm gonna watch it tonight as soon as I get off from here.
I've never seen it. I've never seen it.
Oh, it's on Stars.
Okay, I'll have to check it out.
No, don't worry, I got you. I'm gonna show you what to do. I got you. But okay. Uncle Clifford could definitely host the reunion, and I would watch it. Baby girl say yes, Uncle Clifford would eat. Sure would. Oh my God, yes. Yes, that reunion I would watch. I would watch that reunion if it was pay-per-view. For real. That's how real that would be.
I got to see who Uncle Clifford is if you will.
You sure do. Okay. Alice say Big Frida. That would be good, but Big Frida too nice.
I was about to say Big Frida Big Frida couldn't handle them when they was at the table cutting up last season.
Yeah, Big Frida too nice and too soft hearted. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Uncle Clifford would be fine. That would be epic. Like you say, U.S. Army rat, straight up epic. That would do it for me. When I tell you, I could die a happy woman if they let Clifford host the reunion. I mean, with all his best wigs, all his best eyeshadow, child with that beard lined up and shaped up, child Clifford would come out there and shut the show down. The whole show. I could see Drew right now slinging blessed oil everywhere.
Over there in her little,
Drew,
in her corner, praying and speaking in tongues.
yes, Drew will be over there. Had that blessed oil. Drew might get so shook up she might drink a shot of blessed oil. Like what's going on?
And going to
Oh my
praise
God,
and
I wish
worship.
y'all that would be worth the price of admission. Now I wish y'all watched some of the stuff I watched. This is one funny boy Zix Aloma. Y'all got to check him out. Nisi, I don't know if you ever seen Zix on YouTube. That boy is stupid. He got this character called Sister Equitos, and she like overly churchy and mean spirited. You know, like some of the church people that don't nobody like, the mean ones that everybody going to hell but them.
Mm-hmm.
And this lady walks around this character that he created. He walks around with a bottle of oil all the time, this fake church lady, and she'll see somebody kissing or something in public, or a girl dressed loose and just start slinging oil at her. Don't even say hello. That's what I picture Drew doing. I picture Drew just hugging that blessed oil bottle. They done already brought witches around the girl. You know she got that blessed oil on the way. She already got a FedEx number on a case of extra virgin olive oil right now.
Okay, so the bones. Did you see in the trailer when she for the preview for next week?
Oh, the mid-season trailer.
No. I'm the upcoming episode at the end of this episode.
Okay, yeah.
You saw where she was throwing the little dog bone on the ground.
Yeah, who was she throwing that dog bone to?
They were saying in a lot of the little blogs, I mean, that she threw that at the what's her name? Fatum.
Oh Lord, she threw the bone to the yes. Drew could definitely be the crazy church lady, and I would be here for it. Yeah, if Uncle Clifford show up, Drew is definitely gonna be hugging her blessed oil. She is. He should say guilty, holy oil and water. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Lord Darren Hood say Fathom probably. Yep. I believe it.
It's barking like a dog.
Mm-hmm.
I just hope Fatum don't start making chicken noises.
Listen, she throwed her a bone because she called her a dog. What they better hope is that old Fatums, whatever she is, don't go shaking chicken feet at somebody's picture at an altar somewhere. That lady is really messed up. Lala said she throwed the bone at Broomhilda. Oh, not at Witch Hazel. Yeah, Drew and her props. Yeah, she brought a bone for her. She better leave Witch Hazel alone. She knows she ain't ready for that type of action.
Yeah, don't play with that.
Child, you think Drew gonna show up to the reunion with 3 or 4 Bibles taped to her chest and stuff like Damon did in next Friday? Remember how he showed up to that party? It had that dude tape the phone books to his chest and stuff.
Hey, Drew gonna come literally covered in the word.
She gonna be covered. I believe she gonna have that King James version just taped to her chest and belly and back and sides. She ain't gonna let Fatums get the drop on her.
Hey,
Deborah Randall say either Tammy or New York. That would be a show. You don't think Uncle Clifford could give you a show? I believe he can.
That's your pick.
I would take Tammy or New York, but I would pay money to see Clifford.
Is that your final answer?
That's my final answer. Clifford is my #1 draft pick. If I could have anybody I want. Lala say, okay, she'll mess around, be walking backwards. Yeah, that lady over there is a whole witch. You up here throwing bones at a girl. You better think about that.
And you don't know what she might take that very same bone that got your fingerprints and everything. I don't know.
Yeah, we done took it to an altar and go dancing around it or something. with some
Uh-huh.
feathers on her. Ain't no telling what the hell finna go on. You up here throwing bones at people.
With her little magical incense.
That part. Crazy. Miss Kaiser Sose says she gonna have the prophet standing next to her. She might. I wouldn't blame her.
Well, I hope not
I
Prophet
wouldn't blame
God.
her. No, not the one that Toyota Forever was sleeping with. U.S. Army Brat say Uncle Cliff could, but he may already be booked and busy. That's true. That's true. But I really would pay good money to see Clifford on that reunion. I would. But listen, y'all, we finna go. Because it's almost time for me to catch the replay of P Valley because I done missed it early because I was on here talking with y'all. But I got to go watch my show. I got to go. I got to go. So listen, real big favor. Y'all hit the like button for me. Hold on. One say, but is that his real personality clip? Because the dude that plays him isn't over the top. I follow All Day Nico on Instagram, and I still feel like it would be a hell of a show if he showed up as Clifford or Nico. It'll be a show, and I'll watch it. I love Nico, and I love his character Clifford. Lala said, I knew something was wrong with her when she had them using incense for their pocketbook. Right. How bad is your stuff for you need to smoke it out?
Mm-hmm.
You say no new episode tonight. Is this a bye week? It can't be. Didn't they, like, not last week, but the week before it wasn't no new? Let me look. It better be a new episode because I'm going to be sad if it ain't. Hold on. These scoundrels. Now, one about to hurt my feelings. He sure right. Oh, I want to cry. I thought my show was coming on. God darn it. Is it on the app, one? Did they put the new episode on the app or what I got to do? Now I ain't in no hurry. I need one to tell me what's going on. Nisa say, I think 2 weeks. God darn it. And we need to see what happened after what happened with Big T. I need to know what's next.
Well, good. That'll give me time. Well, I don't. That'll give me time to catch up.
Yeah, you need to catch up on all the episodes.
Okay. How many seasons is it?
This is season 2.
Oh, it's in season.
If you get the app, you can watch all of season 1. Binge watch the whole season 1, so you'll know what's happening in season 2. One say, yeah, I was mad too. I was so mad. I'm mad right now. They saying we got to go 2 weeks with no episode after Big T done off this up. Come on, man. This ain't right. Said she did have some wood chips when she was smoking it out. Yeah, but you shouldn't have to smoke out your stuff. What is that? You smoking pig feet, oxtail? What did you smoke?
Yeah.
I mean, really? Let's have up there smoking her stuff like it's some neck bones. Lala said exactly. If you need an incense, you might be holding the entrance to the haunted mansion, right? Or the gates of Gehenna. I enjoyed y'all too. Say at the end of the last episode, you know what? I didn't even catch when they said 2 weeks at the end of last week's episode because after that happened with Big T, I was just like, I shut down. My whole brain shut down. That's how traumatized I was. They evil for that. I'm so mad. I don't know what to do. I gotta go 2 weeks. They already skipped a week. Now they're gonna skip 2 more. Now I feel like I should have did what the baby said. Just not watch none of it. Wait till the end of the season and just binge watched it all on the app. That's what I should have did.
Do you come on and review it?
Yes.
Oh, you know your family would have cut up if you weren't on here to review it.
Yes. We have to review what happened at the Pink. Oh, this is so terrible. Darren Hood said either Samoa or New York should host the reunion. I agree. I would watch some more too. I love some more. Lord, I love some more. It say the next episode is the 24th. Evil scoundrels. Why would they do this to me? That ain't how you supposed to end stuff and make us wait 2 weeks. Say, I haven't seen P Valley. My daughter loves it. Child, let your daughter tell you what happened last week, girl. I was so shook up. Lala said, right now we're going to have another watch party like we did for season 1. You right. We might do a watch party at the end of the season to make sure that we catch everybody up. Everybody. And then I got an idea for the channel members, but I'm going to let y'all in on it because y'all know I'm good for throwing virtual parties. And it's about that time for me to throw another party. So I got some ideas. Don't worry. Don't worry. Movie night coming back. We might go ahead and do the talent fest. We might run that back. So we're gonna have a good time. But I'm finna get up out of here. Especially now, because now I want to go pout because I can't watch my show.
Yeah.
I'm so mad. These people said 2 weeks. What I'm supposed to do now? Oh,
They did you dirty, huh?
my heart been broke, Lord. Now I feel like I need to go watch somebody some money. Okay. Well, listen, y'all. Go ahead and hit the like button for me. Help me out. That is a free button. Hit that subscribe button. If your subscribe button is red, that means you are not subscribed. Hit that subscribe button. Turn it from red to gray. That is a free button. Also hit the notification bell, which is also free. When you get the drop down menu, click all so you will know every time I go live over here on this good porch. Meanwhile, I appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all so much. I'm glad y'all came. Glad that I can make you laugh. Glad y'all made me laugh. Glad we enjoyed this show together. Everybody have a wonderful evening. Remember to be positive and productive. Be encouraged. Make sure you encourage somebody else. And remember, if don't nobody else tell you, God loves you, I love you, and ain't a thing in the world you can do about it. Y'all have a good night. Tell them good night, nephew.
Good night, y'all.
All right. Bye, Ken folks.